right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we'd like to give all the honor, the praise, and the glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakak Qudash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. All right, this is the GMS Plaintables Delaware camp, and we're here at another day to, to preach the downfall of this kingdom. All right, and we're gonna start off. If a brother can get me Psalms 97 and 10, and then we can follow that with Ezekiel 9 and 4, because we at a time where we have a faith that the Lord is gonna deliver us, all right, out of this captivity, all right, because we understand that as Esau has been building his power on the left hand side of this kingdom, more and more we need Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to ultimately deliver us out of his hand. Okay, so can we get that?
You said Psalms 97 and 10?
God.
So Psalms chapter 97 verse 10 says, yea, that love the Lord hate evil.
Yeah, ye that love the Lord hate evil. All right, and we hate this wicked kingdom. All right, built off of a wicked man that the Lord, by the way, the Lord hates according to the scriptures as well. All right, you have people who have a misconception, that the Lord is all loving. All right, when the Lord has an indignation for specific people, all right, in the Bible, pursuant to Malachi, the first chapter. All right, and that's not something that passed. All right, and scriptures also go into Esau, haven't found no place of repentance. All right, so the things, so the sins, all right, the iniquity that Esau has done is no repentance for it. All right, the only people that the Lord has granted repentance for is the Israelites. All right, those he gave the law. All right, those who he made the covenants with. Okay, can you read that again, brother?
Yep. Psalms 97 and 10. Ye that love the Lord hate evil, and preserveth the souls of his saints. Or he preserveth the souls of his saints.
Yeah, he preserveth the souls of his saints. And who are the saints? Can a brother give me Psalms 50 and 5? All right, because the Lord is only dealing with his saints, which are the Israelites. Okay, it's not pertaining to any of the other nations. Okay, all right. Yeah, Salakia. But it's not pertaining, all right, to the other nations. Okay, so go ahead. You get that?
Yeah.
You got it, bro?
Yeah,
Psalm
gone.
55. Yeah.
So this is Psalm chapter 50 and 5. It says, gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice.
Those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Okay, because when Yahushua came, he only came for the nation of Israel. All right, it was no other nation. All right, that the Lord dealt with. Okay. When you are trying to redeem something, you had a prior relationship with that person, okay, or with that nation, or whoever it was, or whatever the situation was. All right, the Lord has never known or dealt with any of the heathen nations in that sense. Okay, so the Lord, he's only coming back to deliver his people, the Israelites. All right, so we can go back to Psalms 97.
Yep. Psalms 97 and 10 says, ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserveth the souls of his saints. He delivered them out of the hand of the wicked.
He delivered them out of the hand of the wicked, and that's what the Lord is coming to do. And that's what we have faith that the Lord is coming to do. All right, that the Lord is ultimately going to bring down this kingdom, all right, in the way of thermonuclear destruction. All right, the Lord is going to come back, with the angels in chariots. Okay, the so-called UFOs. All right, and people, and when you say this to the people, they look at you like you're crazy. All right, because in these people's minds, that's not real. That's not realistic. All right, but the Lord hasn't given them that spiritual understanding. All right. The Lord, gives brothers visions, all right, through dreams, all right, puts the Holy Spirit on brothers to have faith, to come out and preach, okay. We don't do this as a get together, as a hangout, all right. No, all right. We understand that us waking up, being the Israelites, being the prophets of old, all right, we have a job to do. The job of a prophet is to teach and wake up, all right, the nation of Israel into repentance, all right. But we understand that the Lord is only dealing with a certain remnant on this side, all right, which will be the Lord's elect, all right. 2/3 is going to have to get cut off and die, okay. The Lord isn't dealing with the whole entire nation right now, all right. The whole nation is going to have to come back through the loins of the elect in the kingdom, okay. And those wicked Israelites on this side, all right, they're going to have to get cut off and die, okay. Why? Because they choose to be in league with this beast system, all right. Esau's philosophies, okay. Pushing Christianity, pushing being a mo, all right, pushing our women, being whores, okay. Having you can worship any idol you want to, all right. But when it comes to when you wake up and you preach and worship the name of Yahweh Shemi-Awashai, then Esau has a problem with it, all right. When you call out Esau for who he truly is, all right, then he has a problem with it. All right, you have it to where even when you preach the truth, all right, you gotta say certain codes. When we say the MOTB, it's the C hip, all right. We gotta say it like that, or Esau will take down the video, all right. Why? Because Esau knows that what we say is the truth. He don't do that with Christianity, all right, with Islam, all right, Buddhism, anything else. But when it comes to when you preaching the truth, all right, Esau, he trying to hide it, all right. But it's already too late, because we're using Esau's technology against them, via the internet, all right. And the word has been spread throughout the four corners of the earth. We got brothers preaching in every country, man. Brothers who believe in every country, okay. Because the scriptures also go into Yahweh Shai, he's going to come back and deliver his elect from the four winds, okay. It says that in the book of Matthew, I believe, the 24th chapter, all right. So can you get me Ezekiel 9 and 4?
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4. It says, and Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Yeah, and that mark, all right, is the mark of exemption, okay. And that which will also represent those who's going to receive that spiritual mark is going to be the elect, all right, because those they are those who are going to be preserved, all right, and be saved and ultimately be those first fruits in the kingdom, all right. The Lord is not going to put that mark of exemption on the whole nation, okay. And it's not a respecter of persons, all right. And we're going to read that, all right. It's going to be it could be an elder woman, elder man, young child, all right, babies, all right. If the Lord is only dealing with a certain remnant on this side, okay. So yeah, you can read that again.
Yep. Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Yeah, and we're sighing and crying for all the abominations in the midst thereof, man. All right, you got our people committing all sorts of abominations, man. All right, eating unclean food. All right, being moles. All right, committing idolatry. All right, believing in a false idol, as in Cesare Borgia. All right, who they call Jesus Christ. All right, our people is gone, man. And what are we doing? We sighing and crying, man. All right, we want to be delivered out of this mess, man. All right, we tired of this wicked kingdom, man. All right, we hasten in the Lord's coming. All right, but the Lord, he also said that he's gonna speed the time up for the elect's sake. And brothers have noticed, ever since brothers came into the truth, time has just been zooming by, man. All right, and that's how it's been happening. And now we at the end. We at the end of the end, man. All right, the Lord is putting all the prophecies out there. All right, Esau, he's trying to come with that great wrath, soon. All right, coming with that MOTB. All right, you got these different camps, waxing worse and worse. All right, and you seeing through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shai, who has the 100% truth, who's truly sincere in this thing. All right, we're not in here for your money. All right, we're not in here for the worldly gain, a carnal gain. We simply here to being good standing with Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, being service of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, and we doing what's required of Yahweh Shem Shai, so we can take that blood off of our hands. That's why we rebuke. All right. So you can keep reading, brother.
All right, verse 5 says, and to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him to the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women.
Yeah.
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. It don't matter who it is. All right. If you don't have that mercy on you with from Yahweh Shem Shai, all right. The Lord put out the order. All right. Slay anyone. All right. Who don't have that mark on the foreheads. All right. Anybody who's not exempt. Anybody who I'm not giving that mercy to. All right. Then it's over with. All right. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is coming to destroy. All right. Destroy this wicked kingdom. All right. And those who's following this wicked kingdom. All right. Which will be the 2/3. All right. And whichever heathens get the judgment as well. All right. It's gonna have to be destroyed. Yeah.
And how do you get that mark from the exemption of judgment? How do you receive that mark? You're gonna receive that mark by doing the work and having the faith, and it's both having the faith and doing the works. You gotta have faith in Yahweh Shem Shai that you're gonna be delivered from all manners of evil, and in order to have that faith, you have to put in the work. All right, the work that the Lord had commanded to do, which means staying studying these scriptures, diving in these scriptures, seeing what the Lord what wants from you, right? Being charitable unto brothers, right? That helps hide a multitude of sins, right?
Yep.
And just staying in these scriptures, right? Not getting caught up in the world, not doing what the world wants you to do, but rather do what the Lord wants you to do. And that's how you get that that mercy. Not everyone's entitled to that mercy. Not even us right here on this side is guaranteed. You're guaranteed it by doing the works onto the end, by having the faith onto the end. All right. So we're showing ourselves to be of the elect men, but we are not guaranteed until that time comes. Until that ultimate day comes, because there's many people that at that last trump or that last minute, when their faith is really tested, that they're gonna give it all up.
Yeah, and actually, we can get that scripture on the hour of temptation.
Yep.
As well, because that's going to be the ultimate day. That really tests your faith. Everybody is going to have to be tried during that day, and it's going to be even certain individuals who you may thought was brothers who will fold during that day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at Slaki, but look at damn. It's like I just lost my train of thought. We'll go ahead.
Yeah, it'll be certain brothers, who will fold during that time. They'll take the MOTB, the temptation will be too much, and ultimately they'll give in, to the beast system. And ultimately, when you take that sea hip, you having Esau Edom, he basically beats your God at that point. Okay.
Just like you had remember now. Just like you had Judas Iscariot, who was, going around with Yahweh Shai and the disciples, and then sold Yahweh Shai out. Like there's going to be men around here that's, professing Yahweh Shem Shai and you know, you think of him to be a brother, and he's going to sell himself or sell you out, you know, short of the glory, right?
Yeah,
sell himself short of the glory.
Yeah, and that's the problem. A lot of people just want that glory on this side. They're not willing to wait, you know, for the spiritual, eternal glory that we will receive in the kingdom of heaven. Like these certain camps who sold out. All right, these certain camps who's having that 501c3 covenant. Certain camps who's saying, you know, the Lord don't care if you take the MOTB. These are going to be the type of people who's going to take that mark, who's going to take that seat, man. All right.
Yeah, because guys that are going along with the system, they keep their position of power in this kingdom, right? And that's just like back in the times of the scribes and Pharisees, and they were getting really mad about with Paul and Barnabas and those that were going out, because they were like, look, they basically said, like, we need to stop these men because they're going to take our position of power out. If more people believe on them, then we're going to lose our sense of power here. And that's how it is with these other guys. These other guys, as long as they go aligned with the world just a little bit, they keep their position of power, right? So they don't want too many people waking up to the truth, because then it takes away from that power seat that they have, or what they have established, you know. And that's all they care about. All they care about is that vain glory here on this side.
And we understand, as you know, hopeful members of the Lord's elect, that, you know, the carnal pleasures that you're gonna receive, you know, on this side is not worth it, man.
Let's talk about that.
All
not
right.
worthy to be compared.
And that's how you know you don't have faith, because, you know, ultimately when you take the MOTB, you know, it's like a quick, if I just do this, you know, all my problems will end. You know, the quick fix. You know, and that's how Esau, you know, presents it. Yeah. All right, but when you have the spiritual knowledge and understanding, you know that's not the case. All right, you understand that once you take that mark, you know, it's done. All right, it's over for you, man. You through. All right.
That's why Yahweh also said, because it's not even just, some of these guys are going to take the MOTB, not even just for the power, the fame, and glory, but out of just simple fear. Yep. You got people taking the jab over fear, right? Yep. Over fear of not even of themselves, just of killing their loved ones. What about my loved one? You know, I gotta think of that. You know, you had a lot of that. You know, you had a lot of people that were just, you know, in it for the glory of, I want to go back out and party, I want to go out and, you know, live my life again. So fuck, I don't give a shit what that shot does to me. As long as I can live just a little, you know, have pleasure a little longer, I don't give a shit. But you're gonna have people that just out of straight fear of death, right? Death, you know, and that's why it talks about, you know, don't fear the person who can kill the body, but rather he who can kill the body and soul. Yep. Because you're gonna have Esau, and, you know, coming in with this MOTB with, you know, life or death on the line. Like, if you take it, you get given life, or if you don't take it, it's given death. And, you know, there's gonna be people out of straight fear of that will take it, you know. Yep. Just like the you know, little jab. Everyone was fearing death, whether it be to themselves. And that's the crazy thing, is like, they were pushing it more on, you know, it doesn't matter whether you can take in that, you know, 19, you know, virus. It's what about your loved one? What if they can't handle that? As they say, then you're putting that person at jeopardy. And they played that on the minds of the people. And so in that, what's that called, when you basically guilt tripping that person into basically taking the jab.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's going to be many different ways Esau and these other nations, really, because they're all conspiring together with this, because everyone in the world, no matter who you are, is going to have to, you know, receive this mark. They're gonna come at you with many different ways, you know, whether it be through guilting you, or whether it's gonna be through fame, or whether it's gonna be just like, we're just gonna straight up kill you if you don't take it. You know, you're not gonna be an adequate member of society if you don't have this mark.
Yeah, I got scripture.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Go on. So this is Zechariah chapter 13 and 8. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein should be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Yeah, so that's why the scriptures prophesy how there's going to be 2/3 you know, within the nation of Israel, or 2/3 of Israelites within America that are going to be destroyed. Yep. It also says, verse 9, and I will bring the third part through the fire and refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. Because of course within these trials and tribulations, you know, we're going to be passing through that fire. It's not like, you know, there's no such thing as a rapture, or, you know, a early deliverance where the Lord, you know, delivers us, and, you know, we don't go through any of these things. Yep. Now the Lord's going to, of course, try his servants as gold is tried in the fire. as the scriptures say, then it should be known who are my servants, you know, in that very same day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what the Lord's gonna do. He's gonna try his servants. And you know, for the ones who truly are his servants, you know, they're gonna be found out, and as the scriptures say, they're gonna be cut off.
Yep. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, because they're gonna find out that a lot of these false, they're gonna find out a lot of these false prophets, you know, is leading them to destruction. All right, and then during that day, you know, as Ezekiel, when you read Ezekiel 33, they're gonna know that a prophet hath been among them. All right, so during that day, they're gonna be looking for the prophets. All right, you know, everybody gonna be looking for the prophets. It's not just gonna be Isaiah 4:1. All right, where it's just gonna be women. It's gonna be everyone. All right, but what's gonna happen? You know, the Lord is we're not gonna be able to be found. We're not gonna be out preaching. You know, the scripture's going to during that day, our tongues gonna be cleaved to the roof of our mouths, right? So during that day, we're gonna rely, you know, on the faith that we have with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Okay. So you got a precept?
Yeah, I do, guys. So I got Romans 8 and 17. Romans 8 and 18. It says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us."
Yeah, and Yahushua suffered. All right, the servant isn't greater than his master, right? So as servants of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, all right, servants of Yahushua, followers of Yahushua, you know, we're gonna have to take on the sufferings that Yahushua faced. Of course, you know, not as not as gruesome as bad that Yahushua, you know, went through. All right, but you know, being his followers, we're gonna have to share, you know, some of that suffering. Okay, some of that sorrow. You know, being divided from your family, being divided from this world, being hated by this world. Because when Yahushua was on the scene, you know, it's not like, oh, everybody just loved Yahushua. No, all right. You know, he was mostly hated. All right, most people didn't believe in Yahushua. Okay, and that's how it's going to be, because you know we in that same wicked generation. Okay, this is ultimately the second half. You know, just an extension, you know, of the Roman rulership, you know, that was going on during that time. Okay, Yahushua, you know, when he was you know, crucified, you know, that being ultimately being the start of the end. Okay, but now we at the end of the end. Okay, and Yahushua is coming back, all right, to deliver his elect.
Yep. Is that a precept?
Go ahead.
It's Ecclesiastes 2 and 1. Because this is this is what we gotta take on. Like you said, like when we take on to follow Yahushua and follow the Most High through Yahushua, right? We understand that Yahushua, was given was basically hated by the whole world, right?
Yep.
You gotta understand, like he also had said that these things would happen to you. He also said that if you were of the world would love his own. But just like it hates me, it will hate thee also. So that is all things that we understand coming into this truth that we gotta endure and take on. The book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1 says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation."
Yep.
So you gotta prepare yourself for that there's gonna be temptations to come. You know, things that are gonna weigh heavy on your spirit, on your mind, to try to pull you away from this. So when you come to serve the Lord, there is gonna be that temptation, just things that are just gonna tell you, no, you're doing the wrong thing, or everything that's gonna try to doubt what you're doing, because everyone's gonna be at variance with you. Well, majority of people you love, is gonna be against you. You know,
and that's how you know we got the truth.
Yep.
And that's how you know that Christianity, that's not the truth, man. Because Christianity is widely accepted. You know, if you're a Christian, nobody has nothing wrong with it. You know, if you're a Roman Catholic, generally people don't have nothing wrong with it. Oh, if you a Muslim, Islam, that's him. Just do you.
Yep.
But as soon as you say you're an Israelite, you believe you're an Israelite, they look at you like you crazy, man.
Yep.
All right? Try to combat against you, calling you all sorts of slander and such, all right? You know, and honestly, you being an Israelite, you know, it's the most, you being the most demonized out of this whole world, because at the end of the day, when you a true follower of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and you have the true understanding of the scriptures, you realize that, you know, it's against everything that this world believes in. You know, this Western society that Esau has built. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is completely against it. So of course, these people are gonna look at us, you know, like we're the enemies.
Yeah, you're really going against the grain.
Yep.
You're like I don't know, like a snake scales or anything that's like scaly. Like if you go one way, it's very smooth. The moment you go the way it's not supposed to go, it's very rigid, very grainy. And that's how we are to the world. We are going against the grain. So everything's rigid. Everything's like, you know, trying to stop us from going that way. But that is the way to the Lord, man. The way that is an opposite of the world.
Right.
All right. And you gotta be okay with the fact that you're gonna be going against, status quo or you know, the majority rule, right? You're gonna be going against the majority thought process, because the way this society has been built up on lies and you know, heresies and stuff like that, and just all kinds of manners of evil that's been, you know, basically beat into all these people through generations, right? So it's like a generational thing. So everything, like even the so-called normal stuff, is not normal, and they try to normalize a lot of things that are just not normal. They're trying to normalize evil things, wicked things, and it's through a, you know, succession of just a lot of evil that they've built up. And now we look at like just like crazy, just people just shouting at the wind and stuff, you know?
Yeah, and that's the problem. See, Esau, you gotta remember that Esau, he's a completely carnal man. All right, Esau, he's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. So everything he does revolves around carnality. And what these people don't realize, you know, which carnality and sin being hand in hand, these people think whatever their flesh feels is right, or whatever their flesh feels is you know, this is what I should be doing, or whatever my flesh feels, as long as it quote unquote isn't hurting anybody, I should be allowed to do this. When the Lord said that, you know, that's wickedness. Okay?
Yeah, who cares who I love and what I'm not hurting nobody, like
Yep. Yeah,
you can't judge me.
Yeah,
like, yeah. Who cares if I eat a pork and shellfish? You know, I'm not making you eat it. And you know, but you wicked. That's an abomination to the sight of the Lord. Okay.
Especially if you're out of the Lord's people. I mean, if you're out of the nation, the Lord really got no dealing with you. But the Lord had chosen you and made you a special people, right? Like the scriptures say. And for you to just kind of like, and remember, you know, a lot of people don't realize it, but you were back in the back time saying amen with all these laws that were coming by, you know, and you were there agreeing that we aren't going to do these certain things like eat shellfish. So now that you're here in this time, you know, going back on the word that you had made with that agreement that you made with the Lord hates you for that. And you know, the Lord is against you for that. So you are in some same fashion hurting somebody, man. You're hurting the Lord.
Yeah, you hurting the Lord, all right. You know, the nation, all right. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, what these people don't realize is, you know, the Lord made the Israelites a peculiar people. Your own ways, you know, trying to follow after the heathen, because, you know, you'll find a theme time and time again. You know, Israel was so infatuated with the way that the heathens live, all right, and not with, you know, being infatuated with the power that they should be following, which is Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, and that's why we're at such a lower state. Like you'll see that, you know, you got Jake dying from all these type of heart and health diseases, you know, being fat and obese because they eating all type of abomination and such. All right, because we're not supposed to be eating that type of stuff. You'll see like a Moabite, Ammonite, you know, they'll be eating all type of squid and abomination for years, and they'll live till they're like 90 years old. All right, that's a part of the curses, man. All right, because, you know, ultimately, you know, Jake isn't supposed to be eating them type of unclean meats. Okay.
Yeah, that's why the scriptures say the Spirit beareth witness that we are the children of the Lord. Basically,
there you go.
Because, you know, everything that really is, you know, within the book, it concerns us. You know, the curses and all that. Yeah, so you know, it goes to show you that we are the true children of the Lord.
Yeah. the curses, you know, the prophecies. All right, it all ties into the Israelites. You'll even see like, you know, the way even the certain Israelites acted and conduct themselves. You'd be like, dang, that just sounds like a Jake right there. Like, oh, that's just Jake, you know. All right, when you see the wicked in the Bible, who is that pertaining to? All right, that's pertaining to Esau, the Edomites. You know, people want to be in denial of that because, you know, these people view you know, Esau as their ruler, their power. All right, their God. They bow down, you know, to this beast system. You know, they like the wicked rulership of Esau, Edom. All right, and they don't want to follow you know, Yahweh Shimei, you know, talk about our people. All right, yeah.
I got
what you got?
But yeah, real quick to read 2 Timothy chapter 3 and 1. It says, "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, holy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of the Most High." Yeah, you know, and all those characteristics, all those traits mentioned, you know, in those verses, I mean, goes to show, I mean, that's generally everybody, you know, the majority of the world, man, especially the people here in America.
Yeah, Americans is really the most selfish people. You know, they could see a person dying on the sidewalk, you know, just a crowd walking around them, you know, acting like he's not even there, man. All right, and that's a reflection of how wicked this place is, you know. You know, when the scriptures also go into, you know, that brotherly love you're supposed to have towards your brother. All right, and you don't, and ultimately, you know, you already doing your brother a disservice by not following the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. The scriptures go into you know, love, you know, being following the commandments. All right, you know, you committing adultery, you know, puts you at odds with the other man's wife, which you supposed to be put to death for that. All right, you committing all these sorts of abominations, you committing all sorts of iniquities. All right, you know, that's what all this you know, wickedness stems from. All this tension stems from. All right.
Yup.
Go ahead.
So it says, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. Yeah, and you know, you'll see that's a lot of our people. They might know about the Israelite thing. Shalom. Yeah, you know, they might know about the Israelite thing, or, you know, they might know about some of the truth. You know, so they have a form of godliness. They know a little bit about the truth, but it says, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. But ultimately, they denied the 100% truth.
Yep.
You know, it's a lot of scriptures that, even though we bring out, and, you know, I mean, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, we bring it out, you know, they don't want to accept it, such as the MOTB. You know, you have a lot of our people who have a problem about what it is.
Right, and they don't even analyze it, they just ignore it, say it's not that. They don't go through the same train of thought that we go through to come up with the truth. They'll totally ignore the meaning of words.
Yep.
They'll ignore what it says in the Greek, like the actual phrase, what the blue letter broke it down as, the history behind the breakdown, chi, psi, stigma, 666.
Yep.
They'll ignore that to come up with their own thing. They say, oh no, it can't be that. They really don't give an explanation. They just don't believe it. Right? So when you a dummy, when you wicked, you don't really. Sometimes you're just like, well, I guess they're the opposite of us. That we kind of say faith is kind of weird too. But we believe not having seen.
Yep.
We believe it even though we only have some evidence.
Right.
You know, so they're diametrically opposed to us. They're just on the other side, and because they're blind. You know, There's only a certain amount of evidence that you take on in the truth before you rely on faith, right?
Yep.
Now, we never seen Yahweh Shai, but we seen him in past life. Somebody during this time. Like, when we do see Yahweh Shai, he's always can't see his face, or it's blurred, or you can only see his feet. Or it might have been an angel we saw, a powerful angel. But we never see Yahweh Shai always hides himself when he reveals himself in dreams and visions. He'll show you his feet, he'll show you different parts of his right arm, or the side of his face.
Yep.
You'll never in his face will be blurry, or it might not even be Yahweh Shai, it might be a powerful angel that's coming to you to sup with you.
Yep.
So we believe, even though we haven't seen the full picture in total clarity. So they reject the word, even though they haven't analyzed everything clearly. All right. So they're blinded. So the point is that they're blinded, and that's a curse in Deuteronomy 28. The Lord will smite us with blindness. All right, get that? Smite us with blindness. So 28, somewhere after the 15th verse. Consummation, we have hemorrhoids.
I got a scripture too.
You got it?
Yes.
Now?
Yeah. 2 Corinthians 4:18. It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Right. Saying they're not seen are eternal. Yeah, well, the kingdom, we can only see a part of it. We can only see part of it.
Yep.
The actual depth and width and the height, we don't know. That's beyond our comprehension. We can have tastes of it, have visions, bright colors,
Yep.
full of animals in abundance, and jumping out the water. We at rest, we at peace, a lot of activity and movement.
Yeah.
Like I say, the only thing constant is change. All that, they say that. But we have dreams and visions of that, but that's really that's fleeting. It's like only like not even 1% of what's actually going to go on there.
God, yeah.
Because it's a vision, a dream. Taking flight, what it's really going to be like.
Yeah.
The ability to fly, to be like DBZ.
Yeah.
Energy emanating from your body.
Yeah.
Not like the physics being changed. Like Esau, he's a devil. He believes that physics on Earth, like pressure, width, height, dimension, boiling points, and all that. He believes that those physics exist everywhere in the universe. Because Esau's an arrogant devil. He can't conceive that there's a different type of physics that he can't reproduce or comprehend. He doesn't believe that. So a person, a woman, they don't even know how a bee flies.
Yeah.
So, it's impossible. According to their own science, they don't know. They shouldn't be able to fly a bee. So Esau don't know nothing. He knows what the Lord gave him. All right. So they can't conceive that. Give me this precept where it says, well, get that, mount up wings like eagles. Yeah. Well, give me that precept. Was you done with your precept? Get the Deuteronomy.
Yep.
Yeah, I was done.
It's,
wings like eagles, mount up. Go ahead.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28.
Is that 40?
Yeah, 40 and
It says the Lord
30. Well, 40 and
says the Lord shall smite thee with blindness, the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
Yeah, it don't mean that you're going to lose your eyesight when you can't walk. It's mean spiritually. All right? Spiritually, you're not going to be able to see. Just that we got faith that it ain't, we got faith that the RFID chip is the microchip. The mark of the beast, the MOTB, that the Son of the Most High is a dark-skinned man from the tribe of Judah. That's now in his spirit right now. It's not in the flesh. He won't be in the flesh.
And the Lord's only dealing with Israel. He's not dealing with everybody, especially not dealing with no damn Esau.
Yeah. We can read that. We can read the words, but it's enhanced because the Lord left us a record.
Yeah, he gave us the vision.
Yeah, he gave us
oh,
the
there you
vision.
go. That's the spirit too.
Yeah, he gave us the vision to actually believe it.
Yeah.
Because what proves that the churches, the Catholic Church, the Seventh-day Adventists, the Jehovah's Witness don't believe it because they don't preach about it. It clearly says that the Lord was a Negro.
Yep.
Negrito. Right?
And that's the
Dark.
thing. Like you said, you would read
Tribe
it.
of Judah.
You know, you got plantation Christianity. They didn't read out the same book that we read.
book,
Same book that we read out of. You know, and they came to a completely different synopsis.
It don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it don't
So
matter.
basically,
Yeah.
the liars.
Yep.
Yeah, they're akin to liars. They're lying.
And it goes to show you that the Lord ain't dealing with them like that. Or you have these niggas out here. Oh, I don't need. I've read that book from front to back. I already know all about it. It's all bullshit. Like we obviously didn't read nothing.
Front to back.
Yeah.
You should be teaching me if you read it front to back
Exactly.
then.
Yep.
But your ass arguing with me saying it ain't true. So if you read it front to back, where'd you get out of it? You're confused as hell.
Exactly.
That's probably going. That's for its destruction.
Yep.
Well, it tells you what, dude. Isaiah 28, precept upon precept, that they may fall back, be broken and taken and snared. That's exactly what that is. I read it front to back. I can't figure it out or whatever. I read the Bible front to back.
Yeah.
Man, I've been listening to y'all for forever, man, and I still know what y'all talking about. Remember that nigga in Market Street? He said,
Yeah.
I still know what y'all talking about.
No, he must be a 2/3 then.
Yeah, I must be 2/3.
Yeah. Every week, I must
He
be
used to
2
be.
now.
He probably might be making it up.
Yeah.
He used to be like 10 years, 20 years ago.
Yeah, in New York.
Sometimes like Satan comes up and they make up stories.
Yeah.
It's fun to tell stories.
Yep.
So people like telling stories.
Yep.
They come in and talk with you and like tell stories about things that never happened.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
It's fun, exciting.
Yeah.
Real sick.
It's not cool to be a 2/3. It's not a oh, I guess I'm a 2/3. Like, you know, it's not one of them things, you know, that's shameful, man.
Yeah, he's basically trying to like say that he knows what we're talking about by saying like he using vernacular that we use. So y'all
don't have to teach me.
Yeah.
But you up here, if that's true, why are you stopping to talk? If you know everything, you should keep on walking. The Lord said he came to save the sick, not the whole.
Yeah.
The whole,
Yeah.
that meant the whole need not a physician.
Yeah.
So why the hell are you talking to us?
If he was able to make a statement like that, the problem is you just don't believe. You just don't have faith.
Right.
You know, if you don't understand, or you know, you just don't have faith, because you listening to the information, all right, but it's either you believe it, you have faith, or you don't. So.
Right. And again, they're liars, because like it's two parts to not believing. It's like you don't believe the words, or you don't believe just because we're saying it.
Yeah. Yep.
Like maybe more parts, but like what we said, the RFID chip, the MOTB is the RFID chip. All right. Well, we believe it because we broke down the word, and it said cutting things carved, cutting incision, things carved. So we said, well, so the scripture said that they're going to cause a mark to be put in your hand or your forehead and your forehead. All right. So our apostles did the research, and it came up with, well, this is just something that's similar to what's written in Revelation 13:15 on down. If you don't take it, you're going to get put to death. If you don't have that charagma in your flesh, things carved, incision. If you don't have that, then you're going to get put to death. So the only thing that equals up to that we see is the MOTB, the chip. So,
Yeah, I
and
appreciate
then faith. Brothers had visions. We've all had, not all of us, but some of us had visions of being in long ass lines, seeing long lines, and people getting implanted, or something demonic going on in a building or a house, and you use your extrapolation. Like, oh, that's probably the when they get chipped at.
Yep.
I had a vision, a dream. I was in a long ass line in a regular neighborhood, and they were walking up steps into a row house. We were all in line, and then next second, blood just ran down the steps. I said, "Oh shit, let me get the hell out of here." I didn't say it immediately, but I just backed out the line and just hid like in a bush, you know. So I believe that was a place where they was either getting microchipped or they were getting tortured. I don't know. I think the microchip. And this is before I came into the faith. All right. So brothers have had visions about terrible things happening. All right. And the Lord can inject, different scenarios, use different family members to play certain parts. He can use you to play a certain part. All right? Good or bad, right? And you be looking, seeing projections carry out, all right? That's the same similar visions that the apostles and the prophets had. All right, what did Ezra say? Who shall deliver me in those days? You know, John had visions similar. Isaiah. All right, they actually saw the future.
Yep. And I was gonna say, like our precept, the truth of the matter too is our people are just like are willingly rebellious. They are naturally rebellious people. So when you do teach them, when you do tell them the word and the truth, they just quickly want to deny it, and they just don't want to see it because they don't want to be the ones going against the grain. They want to be somebody of themselves. But our people are just rebellious people. But this is Isaiah 30 verse 10. Verse 9, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. So, when we out here preaching, the majority of our people, they don't even want to hear it, They don't want to hear that they're going off. They don't want to hear that they're going against the Lord's word. They want to try to make up some argument to say what they're doing is okay. Make up some bullshit reason. Well, no, it's okay that I'm doing it, despite what the Lord said. It's okay because I feel like no, that's all bullshit. You're just trying to justify your means of evil. So this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of Yahweh, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits.
Yeah, smooth things. Desiring to hear something. I don't know what that word is there. Smooth. Look up smooth.
Yep.
I know it was one word. I think it was the New Testament Greek.
Kalakwa, I think, right?
It's desiring to hear something pleasant. Yeah, I can't remember what precept that is. One of the words right down into desiring to hear something pleasant. Did you look it up?
Yep.
Speaking to us smooth things. Prophesy deceits.
What
do you mean?
It says flattery.
Flattery, okay.
Yep. Smoothness. That's funny because earlier before you came up, I was talking about that like snake skin. When you touch a snake, if you go one way, it's very smooth, but when you go against it, it's very it's not smooth. And that's our people want to go with the way of the world, man. They don't want to go against the grain. So smoothness, flattery. That's pretty much it. Figuratively meaning flattery. Also an allotment.
Yeah, man, you're exaggerating something to your favor. Flattery, flattery. Like wings, mountable wings like eagles.
Yep, and if you go into the root word kolak, it goes into smoothness, seductiveness, and flattery.
Yep, seductiveness. Okay. Next precept.
I got a quick one to back it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gone. So it says, 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and 3, where the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers.
Itching ears. That's it. Itching ears. Click that.
Gone.
Desiring to hear something pleasant or a lie or. Look it up.
Gone. So itching ears, or it says
What
having.
precept is that?
2 Timothy chapter 4 and 3.
4 and 3. Okay. All right.
So it says having itching, meaning, or the Greek word is kinetho, which means to scratch, tickle, desirous of hearing something pleasant.
Yeah, God, I looked that up once, years ago, once. All right, it was in my head. I couldn't figure out the precept. What's the precept again?
2 Timothy chapter 4 and 3.
2 Timothy 4 and 3. Yep. Smooth thing, same thing.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Also, the NLT, it says, for a time is coming when people will no longer listen to sound and wholesome teaching. They will follow their own desires and look for teachers who will tell them whatever their itching ears want to hear.
Yeah, and that's where we're at, man. That's where we're at. That's why when you listen to the rap songs and stuff like that, it's more so what these people want to hear. These people want to hear that evilness and bump that shit outside the ride. They don't want to hear goodly words and things that are like actually good for their spirit and their soul. They want to hear all that other madness because it's pleasant to them,
Yeah. also, you know, the truth is plain. So, you know, a lot of our people, they think that, you know, they might come to the camp or they might hear a couple of videos and they think that it's the same thing every time. You know, they always want something extra. You know, they want the rap videos,
Yep.
and, you know, the music videos, and really the things that don't concern this ministry.
Yeah, people want to hear that. People they want to be. Bishop Nathaniel mentioned one of his members wanted to be. Think he's the greatest rapper in the world. I remember he did a little clip like that. Like, wow, had a little studio set up.
Yeah.
But because that's gimmicks.
Yeah. And if I want to say, like, I don't think a lot of people don't understand the power of like programming and the power of advertisement and everything that's everything this world has set up and established to be what's great and what to aspire to be. Esau has sought out to push that in your face, you know, through generations. Like I said, through you being a young boy watching TV, or you being a young girl watching TV and watching television, that programming on what life should be. All right, there's a whole science to that. So like your whole mind is inflated on that basically witchcraft.
Yeah,
Is exactly what it is.
Yeah, going to school, getting new clothes.
Yep.
Getting Easter sneakers.
Yeah, being a certain way, dressing a certain way, even down to, you know, you look down on yourself because you're fitting an image of being poor, and it's like, where does that even come from, except other than just some sort of witchcraft that was been built up, man?
Yeah, you got $200 and you can get a $100 shirt or you can get a $30 shirt.
Right.
And they're the same damn shirt, but one has a name, a brand on there that people respect.
Yep.
But the other one is just as good. It just doesn't have a name that people respect. You know.
Yep.
And you go with the more expensive one because you're trying to keep up with a certain image, which is totally pointless. As soon as you graduate high school, you're gonna figure out. Well, you might be still dim with it, but normally, as soon as you graduate high school, you're like, oh shit, why am I still buying? This is stupid. Why am I buying these sneakers? Why am I buying these clothes? I have nobody to impress. Well, the thing is, if you have people to impress, you're a fucking idiot, and you're wasting, and you're probably broke. I'll say that, because maybe you still do have people to impress, but if you're not rich, then you're probably broke. If you're still buying these items, all right, after high school, right? You should break that damn spirit in high school, all right, with our videos, all right. These name brands is all just witchcraft.
Yep.
All right, they're trying to get you to spend more money on their luxury items.
Yep, that hierarchy of the name brands, right? This brand is better. You should be wearing this brand if you want to be a certain, you know,
look a certain
status.
way.
Yeah, yep.
You just need clothes that are clean and that fit.
Yep.
All right, it's not the damn 90s and early 2000s. You know, baggy ass.
Yeah.
I used to do that. T-shirts and shit. You know,
double XL.
Baggy ass pants.
Yeah.
Back then, that was cool. It probably wasn't cool, but back then I remember, doing that. You know, Timberland boots, Jordans, and people still investing in that shit. I think it's all stupid, but features on. And a waste of money. You can invest your money in something else that's more profitable. But the illusion, that's an illusion that's going to keep you broke. And again, most of you Israelites are broke. That's what I'm saying. It's not like you guys are rich and you can just spend your money on these luxury items. You guys are broke and poor, spiritually and physically, and you're still spending your money on stupid shit. I'm not talking to it like a rich person. Oh, I can buy this. Who gives a fuck? You just need to get the faith. All right, get your mind right so you can have your soul be saved. All right, but most of our people are poor and they're still doing this stupid shit.
Yep.
All right. Give me the precept of poor and needy in the Psalms. What, did you have something?
I had Psalm 54.
Yeah. Let's hold off on the spiritual power precept. Read what you have.
So it says, Psalm chapter 64:4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Of course, the perfect representing the Israelites.
Is that Psalm there or another word?
Perfect is the Hebrew word yatham, which means complete. One who lacks nothing in physical strength, beauty, sound, wholesome. It also says complete, morally innocent.
Yeah, fulfilling his office. Similar word, yeah.
Having integrity, one who is morally and ethically pure. So it says verse 5 that they encourage themselves in an evil met. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter.
That's the advertisement, okay? And it only works because our people are blinded. So that's the thing. It only works because our people are blinded. And we're in a weaker state. Even if we're not blind, we're in a weaker state. So we can be fully visible, but we're still hurt because we're weak. Our flesh is weak. The scripture says our spirit indeed is, but the brother had an accident a couple weeks ago. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak because of the heat. All right?
Con.
Go ahead.
It says they commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
Yep, Esau, Edom. There's a network of media. I go back to witchcraft, I believe. I believe that Elder Yashawam went with that years ago. Media. I think other brothers might do too. Media. Go back to that media is like witchcraft or something like that.
Yeah, like a medium.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Con. So it says, Psalm chapter 64 and 6, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. Yeah, and they search out iniquities, they accomplish diligent search, meaning they find every single little way that they can destroy us Israelites. You know, starting with the food, and you know, starting even with the air, you know, the air, the water, and of course, you know, even the schools that they put our children in. You know, all these doctrines are directed, or all these lies are directed to our people.
Yeah. Well, they're directed to everybody.
Oh yeah, con.
Because they can't contain it.
Yeah,
but who the main people that they are the main threat? The children of Israel, like crack cocaine. It was meant to hurt us, to hurt the tribe of Judah, and the different tribes that ported. You know, from South America, from Colombia into Mexico. So all the tribes take part in the demonic activity. And then you got Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, and Issachar. They distributed throughout America. You know, and Esau, the vanilla covered, the bleached vanilla covered Israelites that sell it too. They're really Israelites. They just have fairer skin, so to speak, lighter skin. The world's been mixed, okay? Different places in Asia. Like you got Pakistani people, like Alexander, when he had one of his last wars far east from Greece, Macedonia, he went into India, but he didn't actually get into India major. He got into Pakistan. They used to be one country. So he won some battles. He took slaves. They did raping and robbing and all that, because you'll see Pakistani groups in Pakistan that are pale flesh, Pakistanis. Alexander the Great didn't lose all the wars in India. All right, he got slaves. He stole. You got to look up the history, but you'll see Pakistani people that are straight up pearly Caucasian flesh looking, but you'll see their noses and their features look like they're Indian or Pakistani. They don't like each other, but they're the same people. So don't confuse them. But they are the same people, and they're ethnically related to Afghans also and Ugandans. So they're the same people, but you'll have groups of them that look straight up like Edomites. All right, flesh color. Some of them might look like straight up Edomites. Some of them might look like flesh colored Edomites, but their features would be different. That's because of the Macedonian Greeks. The wars they were fighting in Asia. All right, Iran. All right, so you can't just look at somebody and say, "Oh, they're an Edomite. Oh, they're Indian, Pakistani." We don't know what their lineage is, so that's why we preach to everybody, and then if they're of the elect, they'll come in, no matter how they look. Because Esau has spread his seed throughout the whole world. Esau spread his seed throughout Europe, starting from Greece and Rome, spread it throughout. That's why Europe look all like Edomites, not all of them, but Edomitized, so to speak, because of those campaigns in Europe, conquering the natives in Europe. from Rome to Britain, spreading his seed. They don't tell you that. They were raping and killing those people in Europe when they were going to war with those native European tribes. And they were brown people. But nobody never talks about that history. And how you prove that, you just go to Asia, Southwest Asia. All right? Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq. And look for those really light-skinned people in those areas. They ain't supposed to look like that. They're supposed to be your dark brown skin or medium brown skin. All those people. All right? Well, you'll see a lot of them. Some of them, they have different groups. They even have like a ethnic group. Like I say, they stuck together or whatever. And they have like certain specific names. But they consider themselves Pakistani, Indian, Afghan. You know? But their ethnic group transcends their borders. All right, the borders is that's political, and whoever had control of certain areas. But the ethnic group go beyond those political lines. They're one people, all right, or several people, all right. But they're different tribes, but they're spread across different countries. All right, just like in America, South America, they have political divisions within their countries. All right. What do you have? Get some relevant precepts according to what I'm talking about.
Okay. So this is John chapter 7 and 24. It said, "Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment."
Oh, and give me Romans 2:25. Read that again.
So this is John chapter 7 and 24. "Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment."
Yeah. So it's the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. John 16, I believe, or 15.
Yeah, the NLT is pretty good too. It says, "Look beneath the surface so you can judge correctly." So yeah, you gotta be able to look through the spirit. Just not look on the outward appearance.
And luckily, we have more women than men. So when Alexander, his generals and his demons, Edomite demons that was over, they were slaughtering. They were swinging. They had mercenaries too, but they're mercenaries. If they weren't Macedonian, they were other Edomite groups. In some brown skin groups, but they were raping and robbing those people. That's why you got those groups that look straight up like so-called white people, but they consider themselves Indian, Pakistani. They hate the Pakistanis, and I hate Indians, but they look like straight up like Edomites, flesh color. All right. But they consider themselves Indian, Pakistani, Afghani. Good.
Yeah, that was it.
All right, next precept.
Romans 2 and 25. "For circumcision verily profiteth if thou keep the law, but if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made uncircumcision."
Yeah, so circumcision does profit. All right. So he's saying basically, so if you are a sinner, it's like you uncircumcised anyway.
Right.
So it's like you got circumcised, you're supposed to, right? It's like you're still breaking the law. So even if you are circumcised, you're still not perfect. All right, go ahead.
Verse 26. "Therefore, if the uncircumcision keep the righteousness of the law, shall not his uncircumcision be counted for circumcision?"
Yeah. So you can accept the brother that's uncircumcised. Remember, Abraham was made righteous in uncircumcision. Before he was circumcised, he was made righteous. Adam wasn't circumcised. All right, circumcision came out in Genesis 17 chapter, with Abram, I believe, before his name got changed, if I'm not mistaken. But
Verse 27. "And shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature, if it fulfill the law, judge thee, who by the letter and circumcision dost transgress the law? For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is that circumcision which is outward in the flesh, but he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit, and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of Yahweh."
Yeah. So when brothers come into the faith, the Lord, angels would say the angels glory or happy. Brothers come into the faith in uncircumcision. All right, so that was good on that. All right, what else you guys on? All right, what you got?
I don't have anything.
Well, I'll provoke you to jealousy with a foolish nation. Deuteronomy 32. So an example to bring it up to date, you got, especially certain women, they'll get jealous when they think that we all like white women for some reason. They believe that. So a lot of them get provoked to jealousy. You know, the women, the so-called white women that we like, you know, they're really some of them are Israelites. Some of them might be actually Israelites too. But a lot of the so-called black Latino women will get jealous. Or in the men, they'll get jealous, like, oh, why they focused on people that don't look like us? And I'll get provoked to emulation. Oh, meaning to copy. Oh, I mean, if they get it, then these pale flesh people get it, then I should definitely get it. The my ancestors didn't go through that, even though they probably did if you're not super dark. All right. Good.
Yeah, this is Deuteronomy 32 and 21.
Yeah.
It says, they have moved me to jealousy with that which is not Yahweh. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people.
The Israelites, Hosea the 1st chapter. Good.
I will provoke them to anger with the foolish nation.
Good. Good.
It says, for a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase.
That's the nuclear fire prophesied back then. All right, what else we got?
We said that backs up with that Romans 10.
Yep.
Is
Get in Baruch, which says gather them by the word. I forget how it worded.
Romans 10 and 19. It says, but I say, did not Israel know? First Moses saith, I will provoke you to jealousy by them that are no people, and by a foolish nation I will anger you.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah. But Isaiah is very bold and saith, I was found of them that sought me not. I was made manifest unto them that asked not after me.
Yeah, because the apostles went out. They talked in the streets.
But to Israel he saith, all day long I have stretched forth my hand
circumcision
unto a disobedient and gainsaying people.
Yeah, the circumcision.
Yeah.
Prophets always were continually with the Israelites, with our ancestors. But then when our people went off and they became uncircumcised, then they had no prophet. Give me emulation. Type in emulation.
Emulation, M-E-N or M? E-M.
E-N.
E-N. Oh,
E-E-M. Just speak it over. I want that exact word.
If I mean I provoke to emulation?
Yeah.
And, all right.
So read.
It's Romans chapter 11,
definition.
verse 14. Let me get it in the blue letter.
So 11 is the olive tree. All right, the olive tree, which are the Israelite foreigners, uncircumcised Israelites. They fell off from the tree. They became degenerate. They worshipped other gods, and the prophets went out and we're bringing them back onto the tree. All right, so they can take part in the root, which is Yahweh Shai, which is the Lord, the Savior. All right, so read the precept.
Romans 11,
definition.
verse 14. It says, if by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are my flesh.
Yeah, so you looking at those other people and saying, yeah, they can be saved too. Then your own section will get like jealous, like, whoa, if they can get it, I definitely can get it. And I'm more related to you than they are.
Right.
So provoke them to emulation.
Yep. If by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are my flesh, and might save some of them.
Circumcised. All right, by going to the uncircumcised that had a heathen mother. They don't look like don't look like your phenotype, but they draw into the word. That's how you know by the spirit, not by their flesh. All right, who our people are scattered because of what our many captivities. Our many captivities, we've got mixed up. That's why you got different features amongst so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. All right, I got one type of feature. My brother has another one. My cousins have a different one, but we look a little similar. All right. We can't reject one brother, one phenotype, because they look different. They're drawn in by the word. All right. We don't wake anybody up. All we do is talk. And if your ears start to tingle, your mind starts to dance and get the rhythm, then you probably one of the elect. Because then you're going to continue with the teachings that you hear. All right? Whether you're really young or really old. We had old man. We had brothers in D.C. Old man, like, how you woke up? And normally when you get above a certain age, you know, you can't tell you nothing. You done figured everything out. You know everything. You already read out already. You know? We're rare for an old man to come into the faith. Really, you got to be a young man. That's going to be the majority. And then you built up over the years. I was young in my 20s, mid-20s. Now I'm damn near 40 now. All right? So most brothers are going to get it when they're young. All right? But very rarely you'll see a man above 50 come in. We got a couple of brothers in the camp above 50. That's rare. All right? The scriptures say about the old bottle. Yeah. You can't put new wine in the old bottle, because if you put new wine in the old, this is an easy analogy. You put new wine in the old bottle, the bottle gonna bust. You got precept?
Yeah, I have a question.
Not precept, question.
The North American Indian and the Seminole Indian.
Yeah.
Why they're two different tribes but they're both Indian?
Well, I mean, the same reason why Judah, Benjamin, Levi. I mean, they're, well, first of all, Indian, that's a classification that the so-called white man gave. Just like they gave Judah, American Negro. Negro just means black. They gave Benjamin, the islands, the blacks, the so-called blacks in the islands. They call them West Indians.
Right. Puerto Ricans are made up of Taino and Barico Indians.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I'm just the Indian thing, like.
Yeah, it's just what they're normally called.
Oh, yeah,
without a biblical
okay, North America.
without the biblical name.
So it's
well, their tribe, their families. All the so-called Indians are different tribes.
But they're all the same family though.
Well, we're all the same family.
Okay.
No, they're different. They have different fathers. Seminoles and the North American Indians, they have different fathers.
But they both come from North America.
Well, no, they from the east, but they sailed over here during the Assyrian captivity. But they're brothers. They're brothers.
Okay.
Just like the Jamaicans and the American blacks were brothers.
Right.
All right. We both came from West Africa, but while we were in West Africa, we were among different tribes in Africa. Okay. So same thing with all the rest of the brothers on that side. They lived in similar areas, but they had different families.
So all of them come from Africa, though. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no.
They're all
our origin is in Africa.
Yes.
Our origin is in the so-called Our origin is so-called Middle East. When we left Jerusalem, we went into Africa, and then from Africa we came to the Americas.
Okay.
But we started out in the so-called Middle East.
Right? Yeah, because modern day history will tell you that
our origin is not in Africa. That's not where we started at.
Yeah.
We started out in the land of Israel. We're different. We're a different ethnic group than the rest of the Africans.
Yep.
Okay,
the rest of the they have a certain ethnic group,
right?
And the West Africans, we have a certain ethnic group.
But still related, though.
No.
Huh?
We have different fathers.
Yeah.
Well, we're technically all related, one blood.
Yes.
But no, slow down, sir.
All right.
The Lord divided us.
Okay.
Into different nations.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the West Africans.
I can roll with that.
The West Africans, we have a similar ethnic group to the West Africans.
Okay.
But the rest of the Africans, we don't have a similar ethnic group.
Okay.
Although we're spread throughout the whole Africa, in the whole world, really. But we're a different group than the rest of the Africans.
Okay.
All right. So the West, we have more in common culturally, spiritually with the West Africans.
I can understand that.
These three tribes right here.
All
right.
I have a problem with that.
Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
All right.
All right. Now the rest of the Africans, we don't come from Ham. We come from Shem. We're Shemites.
Okay.
All right. That's why you see the Judah, Benjamin, Levi here.
Right.
The Africans as a whole, they don't make up these tribes. Right. Only the West Africans.
I understand that.
The West Africans. So we're a different ethnic group
than
the rest of the Africans. Although we're spread throughout all the nations.
Spread through all Africa.
But you're not gonna. It's not our job to figure out who's who.
Right.
That's not our. Because you can see a guy that looks like an African, and he could be one of us.
Right.
Or you can see a guy that looks like one of us, but he could actually be a real Hamite African.
Right.
All right. So, but it's not our job to figure that out.
Right.
Our job is just to teach and draw them in by the word.
Okay.
All right? But historically, our people mainly settled in West Africa, from the land of Israel.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
And then from West Africa, we went into slavery in the Americas. All right. In the Northern Kingdom, the Latinos, Native Americans, they were already over here they left during the Assyrian captivity. So they sailed over here before us. So what the thing is, we went into slavery around the same time. That's the thing. 1492, the Latino and Native American tribes, that's when the so-called white man, give me about bringing the church into the murder, get some precepts.
I got
During 1492, when the Northern Kingdom was already here. The Latinos and the Gadites, they were already here. So they started going and they started suffering from the oppression of the so-called white man around that time. And then we came over about 15 years later. So our oppression is very close.
Very close.
Very close together. That's another reason why we know that we're the same same people. We have different fathers.
Right.
But our common father is Jacob, which name was turned to Israel. So he had 12 sons? 12 sons, right? Yeah, Jacob had 12 sons.
12 sons.
Jacob had 12 sons.
Yep.
All right. And each son is here.
And
we all, you know, we mixed ourselves with the different nations. So we're going to look different. Just like you got really light-skinned black people,
Right.
that's not natural. You're not, no American black is supposed to be light-skinned like that. The reason why they're light-skinned like that, because on their mother's side, they had like maybe a Caucasian, maybe a Chinese or a fairer-skinned race on their mother's side. Now, your nationality, your spirit comes from your father, okay? So whatever you produce as a man, that child is of you, all right?
Okay.
The woman doesn't create race. The father does.
Right,
whenever you read the Bible, it's always masculine. This man begat that man. That man begat that man.
Yep.
The reason why that is because the seed is according your nationality. Is according to your father. So it don't matter what you look like. So you got to get over the physical appearance of someone because you don't actually know who their father is. All right, and that's all biblical.
All right.
All right.
Now, what about Christianity? What about that?
Let's bring a couple of precepts.
The religion of Christianity.
How much time you got?
I'll be here for a minute.
Okay, all right. Let's bring out a few scriptures and then we'll get into that. That's good question. It all ties in.
I don't believe in that.
It all ties in. I mean, well, you got the Cesare Borgia. Get Cesare Borgia out of there.
I don't believe in
the scriptures you want to read.
I'm gonna let early. No, I don't believe in that.
Well, it's all manufactured to control you.
Absolutely not. I know.
To control you in the worship.
Absolutely not.
Basically, to worship the.
There you go, right there. Look at that.
We'll get into the image and all that.
Yeah, look at that.
Bring your precept out.
He got the horns on everything.
Jesus is the
Yo,
Negro.
I never seen that in my
Not
life.
a white man. El Diablo, Spanish for devil, deceiver.
Yo, got the horns on it. Yo, that's funny as hell. Got the tongue sticking.
Right. Because you don't profit anything from them.
Oh, that's
from the
funny,
church.
man. That's funny.
Then you just get deeper and deeper into
Jesus
sleep.
is a Negro, not a white man. That's right.
You got
Hosea 9 and 13.
Keep that out, man.
Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant place, but Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer.
God. Now that's the Northern Kingdom. The head of the Northern
Ephraim,
Kingdom.
that's Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
right there.
they're the head of the. Our kingdom was split up into two. We were warring with each other.
Okay.
In the land of Israel, the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom were warring with each other. All right, and the Northern Kingdom went into slavery first, over there in the so-called Middle East. All right, and then they escaped from the Middle East to the Americas, and they populated North, Central, and South America. All right, and then they went into slavery in 1492, and we went into slavery in the 1500s, like the early 1500s. So about 15 years apart, we went to slavery. So we were actually oppressed together.
Right. I'm on it.
It's Jeremiah 5 and 15. It says, Lo, I will bring a nation upon you from far, O house of Israel, saith the Lord. It is a mighty nation. It is an ancient nation.
So-called white man.
A nation whose language thou knowest not.
Yeah, we didn't understand his Dutch, English,
Right, we understand that, right.
Spanish.
Yep. Right, we understand. That's right.
In so much that you got Mexicans and Puerto Ricans that they believe that Spanish is their original language. They actually believe that. It's not their original language.
No.
Neither understandest what they say. Their quiver is an open sepulchre. They are almighty men.
Their quiver is open sepulchre. Meaning when they speak, they speak death. It doesn't profit you. Like they have you believing in this image. That image is not biblical. It's not in the scripture.
It's not in there.
The description of the people of the Bible, they're dark brown skin.
Black, dark skin, Negro.
Right. And if they had a fairer skinned mother, then their child is going to come out fairer skinned. That's just the way it is. But
There you go.
Your nationality is according to your father. All right. Like in the Lord's lineage, he has on his mother's side, he has someone that's not an Israelite. He has a Moabite.
I got you.
So does that make him a mixed person?
What's a Moabite?
So-called Chinese.
Oh, Chinese.
Chinese. Yeah.
So what are they? Are they more Caucasian? Or they're not related to us.
No, they're biblical. Everybody has a biblical nationality.
Right.
So the Chinese would be the Moabites.
So who are they closer to, us or white people? I think closer to white people.
Well, I mean, they're different nations. They're different. They're different.
Okay.
They're different nations. They're what they look. Some of them are fair skinned. Some of them are dark skinned. All right, but they're different nations. You have different nations.
Right.
The Lord created different nations.
So
All right, you got Arabs. You got Chinese. You got Japanese. You got Japhites. Different Hamites. All right, we stand alone. All right,
Okay.
we're not with no nation. We're the Lord's special people. All right, we're the true Israelites. All right, go ahead.
It says, verse 17, and they shall eat up thine harvest in thy bread, which thy sons and thy daughters should eat. They shall eat up thy flocks and thine herds, and they shall eat up thy vines and thy fig trees, and they shall impoverish thy fenced cities, wherein thou trustest with the sword.
Yeah. All right. So Christianity. Anybody want to bring out a precept?
I don't believe it.
I got a second Ezra, chapter 13, 40, for 10 tribes.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead. Read that.
Come on. So it says,
Then we're getting to Christianity.
this is 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and 39, and whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king.
10 tribes. This is describing them coming over to the Americas from the east.
Okay.
From the east. So they came over to the New World first, and then we came over secondly in cargo slave ships.
Because I'm trying to say, like modern history will tell you that the so-called white man came over and just handpicked a couple of Africans out of the land of Africa, and the people over here in America were already here. But the history dates back further than that, where we were all actually in the Middle East, and we, that's Judah, Benjamin, Levi fled into the interiors of Africa where they dwelt, and then the 10 tribes, the rest of the 10 tribes actually came over to the east side.
Okay. Google a date.
So what do you mix with?
Google a date.
You look.
His
You
father-
definitely mix.
I'm from the tribe of Ephraim.
Ephraim. You Puerto Rican?
On his father's side.
100%.
From my father's side, yeah, 100%. That's what that means when you say from your father's side. It's like
From your father. That's why I explained that to you.
So you Puerto Rican and white.
And just so you know, hold on,
Irish.
and just so you know,
Irish white.
just so you,
White.
hold on now, just so you know,
they're black. Black.
just so you know, Israel, all right, or Jacob had 12. He had a daughter as well, a daughter named Dinah. But that goes to prove to you that the lineage doesn't come from the daughter; it comes from the sons. It was the sons that were chosen.
Right. That's why I explained to you about the lineage.
I understand.
Right. They don't. Like I said, if you have a son or a daughter with someone that looks different, it doesn't make the child what you believe it is because of how they look. It makes the child what you are. All right. So continue.
I got that real quick to link that up. Numbers
Go ahead.
1:18. It says, Numbers chapter 1 and 18, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the 2nd month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old
Right.
and upward by their posts.
Yeah, meaning their lineage. They declared their lineage by their fathers. Okay. All right. So, like I said, the Lord has an ancestor on his mother's side that's not an Israelite. All right. But that's minutia. You either understand that or you don't. But Christianity, if you have more signs in there, the original Christians or Israelites. Give me about what they were first called Christians.
Just some of people's destruction.
All right, Christianity, the original Christians were the Israelites. And you had wicked Israelites that wanted to get the whole world involved in the church.
Right.
So they started to invite everyone in for money.
Okay.
And they started going off with the doctrine. All right, they started to worship Mary.
So where
they started to bring in damnable. Give me precepts of what I'm talking about. Bringing damnable heresies. What was the question you got?
Who created the Bible? Who wrote it, man?
Well, the Bible is a compilation of different books.
Okay, I understand that.
So, like you have the Book of Revelation was written by John.
Right.
All right. book of like Titus was written by Paul.
Paul wrote the book of
Paul
Titus.
the apostle.
Yeah.
All right, and the prophets of the ancient world wrote the
Old
say the
Testament.
so-called what we call the Old Testament. The
Torah.
book of Isaiah. Those are letters that were handed down through the different kings and princes
Well,
of Israel.
Who compiled it? Like,
Well, who
how
compiled
did
the
they
book?
come up with-
Constantine.
Constantine.
Constantine the Great compiled what we know today is
But is it right though?
the Bible.
But is it right though? I mean, but,
Are you asking me a question? Or are you
yeah,
making a
yeah.
statement?
No, I know. I'm asking. Like, but
Yes.
is it
Yes, the
right?
text-
I mean, Constantine. I mean,
What? Go ahead. Say what's on your mind.
yeah, I am. Constantine, like, he was like
Pagan.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just
Yeah,
saying like
you was.
I mean, King James version.
Like I
Version.
said,
It just
are
means
Are
like.
you asking a question or are you
Yeah,
making a statement?
No, I'm asking the question. In
All right,
the statement.
okay.
At the
like
same
I said.
time.
All right, so just ask the question. I'm answering.
All right.
King James.
Who was King James?
King James was Scot. All right. He was a so-called black man, little fairer skinned black man. All right, from the tribe of Judah.
That's
King
what he
James.
was. He was
Yeah.
black.
Constantine. Constantine was a so-called black man that ruled the Byzantine Empire.
Well, why when they show pictures of him, he's a white guy?
Well, because you haven't seen the right pictures.
I don't understand. Like why?
You haven't seen the right
And
pictures.
there was a time and period where they called the Renaissance and the rebirth.
I got Jordan.
Well, hold on,
Yeah,
hold
the
on.
George,
Well,
No, you got
the
it.
simple fact is you haven't seen the right pictures. Just like, give me where the devil at? Put the devil back up.
I know what that is.
All right. So, well,
I know
again,
that ain't right.
But you still saw that picture,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's my whole point is you saw that picture.
Right.
So you saw Constantine looking like a white man.
Yeah.
So you saw King James looking like a white man.
Right.
So you saw the wrong pictures is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Do you want to see the right pictures?
Yeah.
All
Let
right,
me see the
let's show
right
you the right
picture.
pictures. All right, get the precepts first.
Historical though. I want to see it like historically. I
You
want
want to see paintings.
Yes.
It's
yes.
the book of Job 9:24. It says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?"
Break it down.
Yeah, so there you go. It says,
Read it again.
Yeah, Job 9
Break
and
it down.
Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The wicked is known as the so-called white man, being the Edomites, being who they are according to the Bible.
Right.
Okay. It says, "He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" So everything, the term, whitewashed. All right, that's what Esau has done.
Go into cover. What's cover mean? Covering mean he covered their face. Okay, this is why you believe that King James is a white man. This is why you believe Constantine was a white man.
Okay.
Read the scripture again.
God. Job 9:24.
But you got that one down though. But you've been given the wrong images.
Okay.
These are the angels. That's Paul. All right.
I know. I've seen that. Yes.
All right. So what I'm saying, you're going to
I've
see
seen it.
similar pictures
Okay.
of Constantine looking just like this.
Okay.
That's my point.
Okay.
So you saw Constantine looking like a white man. So
Right.
you're going to see Constantine looking similar to this.
Okay.
All right. Constantine was not a so-called white man. King James was not a so-called white man.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, there's a term called iconoclasm, which is pretty much back then in the Renaissance period. That's when they covered up all the dark images of our people, because before the so-called white man started ruling around the 1400s, our people were ruling, and those were the dark ages.
Right.
So the Hebrew word for covereth is kasah, which means to cover, conceal, or hide. So they hided the ancient dark images of our people, and they covered
Constantine the
it
Great.
with their images.
Wow.
Saint Nicholas. So-called Santa Claus.
Yeah. I know we had black popes. I know that for a
Well,
fact.
the original
Yes.
church, they were so-called black people.
I definitely know that.
From after the disciple Peter, the apostles,
They
the
were all
12
black.
apostles,
Yeah.
they were all, give me Acts 13
100.
chapter.
I 100 agree with that.
So when they died, different doctrines started to come into the faith.
Okay.
Worshiping Mary, worshiping angels,
Oh, okay.
and these are so-called black people doing that.
Right.
Then eventually, so-called white people came in. You had different plagues in Europe.
Right.
They killed a lot of us off.
Black plague,
And,
right.
and the so-called white people, which biblical ID is Esau, Edom. That's their actual biblical name.
Right.
They took over, and that took hundreds of years for that to happen. And that's why you have something called the Renaissance period. So
The rebirth, I guess. The rebirth.
exactly, the rebirth. So before those images, the Sistine Chapel, the creation of Adam, the naked angels, babies being angels, there's no baby angels.
Right.
That's all Renaissance art.
Renaissance.
How the real art is supposed to look like this. This is real art. St. Nicholas, that's Constantine asleep.
Okay.
This is how the real art is supposed to look. This is St. Nicholas when he's a baby. That's St. Nicholas' uncle, and that's St. Nicholas' parents. Notice
Wow.
how St. Nicholas' mother head is covered.
Yes.
Her body, she's not
Yes,
throwing
she's
the thighs
covered.
and the ass
Right,
out.
right.
She's covered up.
Right.
All right, and this is Russian art.
Russian.
Russian
The
art.
Russian language was created by a black man.
Well, the original Russians were so-called
Black,
black.
yeah,
The original ones, yeah. I got pictures of that. Vladimir. You say Vlad for short, but the proper name is Vladimir. Vladimir. Boris and Gleb. There's a prince. Go ahead, read your precepts.
This is the book of Acts 13:1. It says, now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger, and Lucius of Cyrene.
What nigger mean?
Nigger?
Yeah, that you lose American English, you would say nigger,
Yeah.
and that means black.
Black. Yeah.
Right. So read it again.
Yep. Acts 13:1.
Now again, our people are on their mother's side. They're mixed on their mother's side,
Right.
but their nationality, their identity is according to their father. So it doesn't matter how you look. All right, your lineage, your spirit is determined by your father. Good.
Acts 13:1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger.
Yes, they were called dark-skinned men. All right, Barnabas, Simeon, what?
Yep.
Lucius.
And Lucius of Cyrene. And
They were all called black men, so-called black men. That's not our nationality. Our nationality, our ethnic group is Israel. Yasher Allah in the Hebrew.
Right.
But in English you would say Israel. All right. Black is not a people. That's a color. All right. But that's not how our people identify as black. That's not a nation. That's not a race. All right. I mean, half the world would be black then if that was a race, or more than like 90% of the world would be black. Black is not a race. All right. Black is just a color. Before 1681, there was no such thing as a white person. That was created in 1681 to stop black men from marrying white women or getting with white women. All right. Good.
Yep. I'm gonna start from the top. Acts 13:1. Now there were in the church that
Before
was
that,
at Antioch.
you were British, you were Irish, you were Russian. There was no such thing as a white person. And then after 1681, they started using the term white to classify themselves. But when we originally went into slavery, nobody was calling themselves white. All right?
Okay.
1492, 1520, 1620, when the bulk of our people, the Southern Kingdom came in, there was no
black and white.
there was no the so-called white man, so-called, was not calling himself white. He's calling himself British.
Okay.
Right? Or French. They were using their proper names from the countries they came from.
Okay.
There was no color, race
All right.
name. That came about after 1681. But
Was that done because they wanted to make classifications for the like,
yeah, it was
after slavery?
not after slavery, during slavery.
No, I mean yeah. During
1681.
Right.
It was to stop black men from getting with white women.
Okay.
They further even though we were already in slavery, the so-called white man, he's genetically inferior.
Right.
So he wants to keep his so-called white women
Pure.
away from
Yeah.
niggers.
Yeah.
You know, so that was one of the reasons that they used to separate the races by color. And basically, when you look up black, you get negative. You look up white, you get positive.
Right.
So that was more of a curse on us. The reason why we went into slavery in the first place because we disobeyed the Lord. So everything that compounded happening to us, more evil than more evil than more evil, was because we sinned against the Lord. So the so-called white man making that classification between white and black and making us even more inferior by those color terms was more curses coming upon us. So the Lord, the Most High said that no man was going to save us.
Yeah, I think so.
So our condition kept getting worse and worse and worse, and we just started to improve where the scriptures say that fear fell on them after 3 days and a half. Great fear fell on them. That's when we started to wake up and find out that we were really the Israelites. That we weren't. Before we thought we were just Africans.
Right.
We didn't know that we were the special people the Lord raised up. All right. Go ahead. You about to say something?
I got Con, so this Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 37, it says, "And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee."
Like names talking shit, like a different name. Like we have an original name, but they calling it something else, and it's derogatory, it's negative. That one on our ancestors, the Israelites. All right. And we got their genetics, so everything passed down. So we are our ancestors. All right. Even today, our name's still a byword. We're still the most talked about negatively, but on the other hand, they want to be us too.
Oh yeah.
That's the hell of a dynamic.
Yeah.
The so-called white man dislikes us so much, but he admires our genetic features. And if it wasn't for him, for us being under the curses, we're under curses. We would be the top people on the planet right now. All the tribes, we can do the most amazing things on the earth.
But everything's
all
turning
the
around,
tribes.
the right things.
Eventually,
what goes around comes around.
It's coming full circle. The prophecy is that we're not going to be delivered by a man, but the Lord is, when He returns, His second coming, He's not going to come as a man in the flesh like He did 2,000 years ago. He's going to come as an angelic force, a spirit.
Oh, okay.
All right? Because the prophecy is that no man is going to save us. Said we was going to be sold to our enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. We're going to put yokes of iron around our neck, and no man was going to save us.
Yeah.
And no man didn't. Because when we're saved, He first raises up prophets and teachers first. All right? And the prophets and teachers, they go out into the street and compel Israel to come back to the faith, come back to their nationality.
Okay.
All right? Again, we're not trying to convince you with anything. We're just relaying you the information.
I can dig it, man.
We're just relaying you the information.
I'm not totally lost, bro.
I'm thinking in general.
Yeah.
Like, like we can't like force somebody to understand something.
Yeah.
It's like either you're gonna accept
Either
it
you
or
do or
not.
you don't. That's
You
right.
could like go away and then at the last minute accept it, but you got to be of the elect. The only people that's going to be saved is of the elect. There's going to be a punishment here. All right. 2/3 of our people here in America are going to be put to death. Right. But the good thing is they're going to be reborn in the kingdom.
Okay.
Because all of Israel is going to be eventually saved. That's a special thing about our people. Because we're the Lord's people, all of us are going to be eventually saved. But there's going to be a punishment. If you don't get the faith and understanding now, you're going to die to death. Meaning the nuclear fire.
Okay.
The Lord's army, which is the nuclear missiles, that's the fire that's going to come from those different nations. Why are all these nuclear missiles created? To be used.
Yeah, they're going to use
That's the Lord's, when the Bible speaks about the Lord's army, the indignation that's going to burn like an oven, that's not talking about you burning in hell forever and ever. That's another doctrine that was brought in by our evil ancestors that was in the churches when it first started. That was one of the doctrines, the hell doctrine. So you're gonna burn in hell forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. That's how they got.
I never believe that.
That's how they got people to join the church. That was one of the lies. If you don't join the church, with the Catholic Church, originally with so-called black people, okay?
I don't do church.
They said you're gonna burn in hell forever.
None of that shit.
That's all bullshit. You're gonna burn until your spirit is released and goes to the Father, and then you're gonna receive your judgment, and you can come back down through your family line, through your father, in the kingdom. If you don't get it here, all right? If you're not of the elect here, so what precepts we got?
Yeah, I got some. Revelation 21:8. It says, "But the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable and murderers,
And give me all Israel shall be saved,
and
deliverance from
whoremongers
Zion."
and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death."
Yeah, that's Great Babylon, which is America, on fire. It's going to be, because the elect are going to be in space looking down. All right? Like you familiar with Star Trek?
Yeah.
That's how the elect are going to be saved.
Beamed up.
Exactly. That's how elders used to
I'm
describe
with you.
Our elders used to describe it just like that.
Yeah.
Beamed up.
Beamed
Our
up.
body's going to break down and dematerialize, fly up in the air, and then recombine in the Lord's so-called spaceship. And the elect,
Mothership, I guess.
Yeah, the fathership.
Yeah.
Right.
Mothership,
But
fathership,
yeah.
whatever. You know.
Well, it's the Lord's ship, Yahweh,
Yeah.
the Lord. All right, and we're in the elect going to be looking down at Babylon, America, on fire. That's the lake of
Right.
fire. Look at the elect looking down.
Now, in Revelations it said it's going to be 144,000 tickets from
Prophets.
each tribe. No, tickets from each tribe.
Right, those are the prophets.
Huh?
Those are specifically the prophets.
Oh,
That's not all the people that's going to be saved.
oh, it's just.
That's just the prophets the one that
There's
going to be
144,000 prophets in each tribe.
No,
Is that what you
total.
Oh,
12,000 each tribe.
12,000 from each tribe.
that's it.
Of prophet, everybody's not a prophet.
Right, I got you.
Everybody's not a prophet. That's the number of the prophets. Not talking about their family, not talking about their
I
children.
understand.
That's a different number. But that specific number are specifically the prophets.
I understand.
There's going to be millions of Israelites saved. Those are just the prophets, meaning they're given the gift of
Teaching.
teaching. Exactly.
Okay.
All Israel has not been given that gift.
No,
I can't miss
everybody
this.
can't teach.
All right, only the 144,000 have been given that gift, and that's just the Israelites in America.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not true. That's around the world because you got Israelites
Yeah,
scattered
it's gotta be
around the world.
around. That's gotta be.
But the people that's going to be saved, you have a 1/3 and you have a 2/3. When the Bible speaks about it, that's just in America.
Okay.
All right, because America is Babylon. When the scriptures speak about Babylon being destroyed in the book of Revelation and the book of Jeremiah, that's referring to America. America is the country that the Israelites suffered the slavery in, and we received the evil. We received it here in the New World.
Okay.
Not talking about the old Babylon. You got Arabs in the old Babylon,
Right.
all right, which are not even the original inhabitants.
They're not there looking.
The original inhabitants, I believe, the Iranians, if I'm not mistaken.
They definitely don't look like that.
But go ahead.
It was in the Middle East. anyway.
Jeremiah 51:1. Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind.
Right, that destroying wind is a nuclear fire. The Lord's going to use the nuclear missiles as his army to totally destroy Babylon, America.
Mhm. It's
And
coming down.
simultaneously, the elect are going to get beamed up into the fathership in space, and you're looking down on America, Babylon, and it's going to look like a lake, a fire. All right, and it's never going to be inhabited again.
No.
America is going to be is a monument. Eventually, at a certain time period, maybe 1,000 years or more, the fire is going to go out, and then you're going to have desert creatures dwelling here.
Every
But no
empire
one
fell.
is never going to come here again.
Every empire has failed.
Right, exactly.
Every empire, Babylonian, Egypt, they all fall.
Yep, all fall. Yep. And America is the new Babylon.
Yeah,
The
this-
new
yeah,
Babylon,
this
the new
Babylon.
Rome, the new
Yeah,
Assyria.
this is Rome.
Yeah, new Rome. Yeah.
I got
Come.
that.
That's
Got
an
that.
illustration.
This is Rome. Oh, that's right.
Now I want all Israel saved first.
Oh, is it?
Just so we know that if you were Israelite, you're not going to burn in hell forever and ever and ever. If you go to hell, that's only going to be for a certain time period until your body dies. When your body dies, your spirit is going to go to the Father. You're not going to be burning forever in torment. Your body get torn apart. That's all fantasy. That's all Roman Catholic lies.
Dogma.
Dogma, yeah, dogma, because you can't prove it.
It's Romans chapter 11, verse 26.
So you have wicked Israelites. You got Israelites that are rapists, that are
Of course.
murderers,
Of
that
course.
are evil, that
course.
are mentally disturbed. That
Yeah.
there's no way in hell they're going to be saved,
Yeah,
right?
I understand that.
They're not going to burn in hell.
Everybody
They-
can't be.
but they're going to be suffer the death, and then they're
Right.
going to come back. They're going to suffer the death because the thing is, once you suffer your punishment, there is no more punishment. You suffer your punishment, and then you get forgiven. That's how it is. That's what our blessing is. If you wicked, you're going to die. What did it in Ezekiel? And then that's your punishment.
Right.
And then when you get to new flesh, you'll be saved again. You'll be in your right mind,
Mhm.
and you'll be perfect. All Israel going to be perfect. You're going to be gods on earth, pretty much.
Okay.
Superhuman, so to speak.
Now what about
X-Men?
Now what about aliens? You believe in that?
Oh, hold on one second. Read it.
It's Romans chapter 11, verse 26. It says, so all Israel shall be saved. As it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, to turn away ungodliness from Jacob.
Well, those are you referring to like grays and bug-eyed aliens? Those are different demons. Those are not like life forms that dwell on other planets.
Okay.
All right. You have Earth, and you have spiritual world. All right. And you got space.
Okay.
That's our our universe anyway, our reality.
That's how I get. Okay.
Right, there's no
So you don't
bug-eyed
think that-
aliens.
So I ain't talking about the bug guy. I'm just talking about aliens in general. That don't come from here. Aliens.
Well,
So-
no, other life forms and other planets, no.
Other life forms.
No.
You don't believe in that?
No, we don't believe there are any other life forms in different planets.
Wow.
But we will inhabit other planets. When we get to the kingdom, we're going to inhabit other planets. The universe or our galaxy, we're going to be dwelling on other planets. All right? As kings, as gods, we'll be there. Go ahead.
John 14:1 says, "Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in Yahweh, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you."
Yeah, those are other planets. Read it again.
Yep. John 14.
So we will inhabit different planets.
Thousands of universes out there. It's got to be life somewhere. I mean, that's what.
Well, again, don't that's like beyond our comprehension.
Yeah,
so it's not really beneficial for you to think that far out. We got to just stick to what we know. Give me about what was revealed to us. That wasn't revealed to us. Whether there's different dimensions, and that's like you're getting kind of deep. You still don't know the basics yet. And your mind is reaching that far out. You're putting like the cart before the horse. All right. I know it's interesting to talk about and everything like that, but it's not really beneficial to your survival or your mental health. All right. We got it's like a plethora of things that you don't know here on Earth, and you going out to different dimensions. It's not really profitable. But it's fun to talk about, but it's not really profitable. All right, with the thing that the Lord said that we see through a glass darkly. That's another one. We don't have the whole picture of what's really out there. We only got a piece of it, and really, it's not really that important. What's pertinent information is when the famine comes, how are we going to survive? How are we going to eat when the famine comes? When they cut the cities off, and put roadblocks up. That's more important whether we got 100,000 different dimensions. All right. Surviving a famine, surviving martial law, surviving different diseases. They try to get you with the C-19 thing. All right. That was a trial run. All right, of the MOTB, the Mark of the Beast in Revelation, which is the microchip. All right, what precepts we have?
I got Deuteronomy.
Go ahead, read it.
So this Deuteronomy chapter 29 and 29, it says, "The secret things belong unto the Lord Yahweh our power. But those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law."
All right, simple as that. All right, let's move on. Do you know about the microchip?
RFID chip, radio frequency
Mark of the
device.
Mark of the
all
Beast.
about it.
Mark of the Beast.
All about
And
it.
the consequence, if you don't take it, is put to death. Now, some people believe it's Christianity. They believe it's if you believing in the so-called white man, the picture of the.
It says don't put your hand on your forehead.
It's going to be an actual physical thing.
I know.
It's not figurative. There's different doctrines out there that is figurative. It's
No, it's not figurative.
It's Christianity. Or you believe in the so-called man, lies, sin. Yeah, it is a sin to take it, but it's not sin itself.
Radio
it's frequency identification chip.
Identification.
That's
device.
the mark of the beast.
I know all about it.
Yeah, it's a lot of information. This is why the internet was created, so we could get the word. Otherwise, it would be you would have to have prophets that would have to go out to every corner of the earth. Now we have the unicorn, the fiber optics, the light,
RFID chip.
the satellites. The satellite spreads the gospel for us. So we can do a video, put it on the internet, and then it can be consumed by the elect that we can't reach. We can't physically reach.
They're already doing it someplace. In some countries, they're already doing it.
Yeah, it's really bigger in Europe.
Yeah.
They said they're zombies. The European, Caucasian, they're just zombies. So they taking it first. And our people gonna take it too. Yeah, so if you're not of the elect, you're gonna take it.
You say you won't be able to buy or sell at the mark of the beast.
So you won't be able to pay your car note, you won't be able to pay your rent, you won't be able to buy food.
Demolition man.
Demolition man. You'll be shut out of the system.
I know, man.
Yep, demolition
Told
man.
them that
Chaos.
Yeah.
Simon Phoenix. Wesley Snipes.
Simon
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Chaos. He's like a chaos demon.
Yeah.
Phoenix, I believe, is like a mythical bird that gets put to death and then rebirth.
It rises out of ashes.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so that was the part he was playing.
Yeah.
Because remember he went into cryostasis.
Yeah.
So he got put to death, but then he came back to life.
He came back to life.
Phoenix, Simon Phoenix.
Simon Phoenix.
What's Simon mean? Gift or something like that? Simeon, right?
Shemaiah.
Shemai
Listen,
Herd.
yeah.
the Matrix, all that shit, man.
Yeah, Matrix, that's another one. That's
a big one, yeah.
Body, muscles are atrophy, yeah.
Matrix.
Yeah, Matrix, that's a big one, man.
That's a big one.
Yeah, red pill, blue pill, that's where that whole thing
Yeah.
came from. Yep. What precepts we got?
Get the Revelation 13.
Yeah?
Yeah, Revelation 13 and 16.
15, start with 15.
15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Now, worshiping the image means it's not a picture of Cesare Borgia.
Right.
All right, bring Cesare back out. That's what that picture is.
Caesar Borgia?
Yeah, Cesare.
I thought it was Caesar.
Well, it's saying it in different language.
Oh, okay.
Same thing, different language.
Okay.
Cesare, I believe, is Italian, and Caesar is Spanish. Cesare Borgia, I like saying the Italian version.
Yeah.
That's the actual painting of it.
Oh, Jesus, right. That's the
Right, the so-called white Jesus.
Yeah.
Cesare Borgia, in Italian. All right. Caesar, you know, Puerto Rican. Caesar. Spanish. All right.
Oh. Caesar
So,
Borgia.
worshiping the image is not. It don't mean you bow down to this image.
Right.
Worshiping the image meaning is we have a system of government, and whatever the government tells you to do, you got to do. All right.
Okay.
So if you worship in the image, it means that you're following along with the program of the new system that's coming.
With it.
out.
Yup.
Yeah. That's what it means to
It's
worship.
gonna seem good too.
Right.
Gonna get rid of rural hunger and all that shit. It's gonna seem good, but it's not.
Debt. They can clear the debt out.
Yeah. It's gonna seem good. It is.
So read it again.
People gonna fall for it.
Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right.
They killed him.
So that includes the MOT, the mark of the beast. That includes your curfew, blood tests, whatever they want you to do. You got to be somewhere at a certain time.
Yeah, you got it.
You know, you got to do it.
Gonna bring in FEMA.
FEMA, yeah.
Gonna bring that in. Ain't gonna be no more cops.
Verse 16. And he causes all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond.
They might not want to enforce the law, so they might leave the job, and bring in a different policeman force.
The purge.
Because a lot of police they live in the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So they might not want to start putting hell on the people. Like, you know, they might leave the job, then you have to bring another force that's already trained to police the people and to cut the cities off.
The purge.
Yeah. Purge.
That's some real shit.
Election year. That's
some
favorite.
real shit, right? Yeah, election year.
Election year. Yeah. Go ahead.
Purge is deep, man.
Frank Grillo.
Yeah,
he's an Israelite, I believe.
Yeah, he was going in.
Frank Grillo.
Verse 16.
Italian dude, right?
And he causes all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Yep, receive a mark in their right hand and forehead, whether free or bond, rich or poor, so it don't matter if you wealthy, if you Donald Trump or Joe Biden. All right, are you a bum on the street? You know?
It's gonna make no difference.
They gonna get you that,
Yep.
get you that, they might get you housing, they gonna get you housing too. You on the street, they get you that chick, they might get you housing.
Mm-hmm.
Get you food stamps. You know, they're gonna make it really, like you said,
They're gonna make it look good. They're gonna make it look good.
Free money.
Free money.
Free money. Yeah. You know niggas gonna jump on that.
Oh yeah.
Jake gonna make free money.
Jump right on that. I get what a month?
Yeah.
Shoot, give me that shit.
What's that? That's a
Shoot, give me that.
welfare. What's that thing called? It's like a phrase.
Quick.
No, it's another phrase. I'll be hearing.
Snap.
Snap. It's another one. No, it's benefits. Something about to do with benefits.
I don't know.
It's like an acronym or something like that. But go ahead.
Revelation 13 and 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. 666.
Right. So it's the same thing. It's
Yeah.
the implant. The centers around the implant.
Yeah.
And when you look up 666, they're trying to hide it now, but the barcode used to be equal up to 666.
Right.
But now we don't. They still use barcodes, but when it's digital, it's more kind of hidden. So you don't really see the 666, but it's within the program.
Right.
Programming of the chip, 666.
Cause you watch those, especially all the Schwarzenegger movies, always got the code, always got the chip. The Running Man had it, and the Terminator movie had it. They all had the chip on their hand.
Yeah. Judgment Day.
Yeah, Judgment. No, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Remember in the first Terminator?
First one, I think so. I haven't seen it in a while.
The guy that came back and he
Kyle
showed her
Reese.
the barcode that he had right here. He said,
Oh, yeah, I
remember
got
that?
it. Yeah,
He
yeah.
said
I
everybody
got
had
a
everybody got the
screenshot of
code.
that.
And
Yeah,
then the running man.
I forgot about that.
Everybody had it. Remember, all of them had it. They all had the barcode. They all had it.
Right.
They were showing you back then.
Yeah, they were just easing it in.
Just easing it in.
Right, and then on Demolition Man, then they actually showed you
Yeah,
the device, the actual chip.
Yeah. Demolition Man actually showed you.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, Matrix went to the whole nother level.
Verse 18.
Oh yeah, they just plugged right in.
Yeah, plug in. Told you.
Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man,
Right.
and his number is 600.
Number of
Square
man.
6.
Even if they consort with demons,
Right.
they worship demons. They're in close relationship with actual spiritual forces on the left hand side. So that's how they got their power. Through witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
Like the founding fathers,
Yeah.
they're all Masons.
All Masons.
Alistair Crowley, I believe, said that masonry was witchcraft.
Oh, that's sick, man.
Alistair Crowley, I believe, was the chief British
Sick,
demon.
man. I'm the
He
he's a sick man.
penis worship. Basically, the obelisk, the Egyptian obelisk, is a penis.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Alistair Crowley was he was into the symbolism thing.
Yeah.
It's a picture of him where he has that Chinese hat
Yeah.
and his hands like this.
Yes, I seen that.
And he
picture.
looks like a penis.
Yeah, he like this.
Cause that's exactly. So
Yeah.
you seen it, yeah. So
Seen
that's all. They worship the penis.
Yeah.
They're obsessed with penises and buttholes.
Oh yeah.
That's why they're into homosexual sodomy, the so-called
He
Jays.
called himself the most wickedest man in the world.
Yeah.
That's
so
what he
you
called
know,
himself.
Yeah, I believe his mother said that.
Yeah, his
about
mother.
him. Said he was like
He was
the
so
beast,
wicked.
yeah.
Europe
That's
wouldn't let
the
the
problem,
whole continent of Europe wouldn't let him back in. That mug was sick, man.
Yeah. I ain't researched that.
That's the Beatles
crazy.
boy. That's the Beatles.
Crowley. What's his face?
He's on the cover of the
Ozzy
Beatles.
Osbourne made a song about him. I
Yeah.
believe. Crowley, look that up. See if Alistair Crowley made a song called
He's on the
Crowley.
cover of the Beatles Lonely Pepper Hearts Club
Alistair
band.
Crowley.
He's on the cover of it.
Yeah.
That,
Crowley, you're talking
Mr.
about,
Dear
yeah.
Mr. Crowley, I believe. Yeah.
Madame Blavatsky.
Yeah. So all that
That's what
thing.
told him.
So that's where rap music comes from. So rap music is an extension of rock and roll. So, originally, you know how people created rock and roll.
Of course.
But a lot of so-called white people, they kind of took this torch, so to speak, to create a lot of the best music and worst music, rock and roll. So rap music came out of rock and roll, R&B, So all the demonic things they're doing with rap music, they do the same thing with rock music.
Yeah.
It just rap music is just more popular.
Yeah,
right
rap
now.
is sick,
It's,
man.
it's popular, but it's the same thing as the old rock music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
With the demonic worshiping demons and all that, the Illuminati, they had the
All
hand
that
signs
shit,
and all that.
yup.
It's the same shit.
It's the same
It's just
shit.
you got more guitars in rock and roll.
Yeah, of course.
And a drum set instead of like we got synthetic sounds and
Yeah.
rap music. But
Yeah.
they saying the same shit, just in a different
Same
way.
shit.
About
Look at Beyonce.
killing, murder motherfuckers. The rock music, they worship
Beyonce the
Satan
witch.
and shit.
That's the
Yeah,
witch.
she's a witch.
Yeah, she's a witch.
All of them, all those singers are witches.
She's really a
female.
She the head witch.
But because she's very popular, the
Yeah,
symbolism and all.
She's
Yeah.
the head witch, man.
Well, who's the other witch? The
Rihanna?
chick, the chick from the white woman.
Madonna.
No,
Madonna?
she's from Pennsylvania. The really petite started wearing. She's showing more of a body now.
Oh,
She's from Reading, Pennsylvania.
I forgot their name.
Taylor Swift.
Oh
Taylor
yeah,
Swift.
yeah.
She's a witch too.
Yeah, she's a witch.
Demon.
She's a witch.
She's from Reading, I believe. Reading, Pennsylvania. What y'all saying?
Oh no. Oh, I got a quick preset.
Okay, all right.
Con. So this is Ephesians chapter 6 and 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world,
Yep.
against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Yeah, and that's who the so-called white man. They're the top witches on earth.
Of course they
So-called
are.
white man. Before it was the Hamites. The Hamites, they were like the Egyptians, certain African nations. They were the top witches. The Canaanites, those
But-
are African nations.
Yeah, but
they want the Lord. See, who controls the left side and the right side? The Most High, the Almighty. Everything in existence is in the Most High's control. Everything that's visible and invisible, give me that, was created by the Lord, the Messiah. Every demon, everything visible, every wicked, evil act and righteous act is all created by the Son,
I got you.
Yahweh Shai.
Oh, well,
All right, so
well,
he
I
controls
got
both
you.
sides.
Mhm.
Otherwise, he
Get,
could not be
visible
Almighty.
and invisible. All right.
There's nothing outside of the Most High and the Son's control. All right. What precept we got? Ask for.
Kind of real quick, he's getting your preset.
Good.
But it says Isaiah chapter 45 and 7.
Yep.
I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
Right.
I, the Lord Yahweh, do all these things.
Right. So we're basically just characters in the Lord's play.
He said that I create evil too.
Right. Yeah. Read it again. Read up a little bit. It's not gonna miss it.
Isaiah 45:7. Yeah, I know that. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
I create evil. I create both.
Right. Yeah. So we're being punished for our wickedness.
Right.
And Esau, he's a puppet. The so-called white man, but we're all technically puppets, like meat bags. But we are special.
Right.
We're the apple of the Lord's eye. We're his cornea. All right.
Can't have evil without good.
So if you touch our eye, yeah, exactly.
Gotta have both.
So if you touch the Lord's eye, we're the Lord's eye. The eye is very sensitive.
Right.
You want to annoy the person in the eye you touched. Right.
Yep.
So Esau, the so-called white man, put us in slavery, beat the shit out of us, took advantage of our ignorance, because we're under the curses.
Right.
So if you take advantage of somebody that's under the curses, you put more hell on them. So the Lord he took our power from us, our intelligence, our might, our strength. He took it from us, and then he put us in the hand of the devil. And he punished us even more. So Esau, so the so-called white man will have to pay for that. That's why
I have another question before
the Messiah was manifest. That's why the Messiah, Yahweh Shai, that's his name, is going to be manifested to save us.
I have another question before the brother start reading. Is there any way possible that a white man, that the white race could be reformed? Is there any way possible for them?
Well, when you go to Obadiah, it tells you what their end is. Well, we're going on what the scriptures say.
Oh, good.
The scriptures clearly say
I say no.
that they're going into slavery.
Okay.
And then after they go into slavery, they're going to be burnt up in the oven.
Good. Bye.
And then their spirits are going to go into the heavens, and it's up to the Lord. Up to the Lord what they're going to do with it.
You're not going there.
Whatever the Lord. Well, heaven is basically a neutral state.
Yeah, you can't bring your ass there, man.
Heaven, basically, the spirit world is a neutral place.
You can't go.
You have everything in the spirit world. You have righteous angels and you have wicked angels dwelling in the spirit world.
You know why I said that they can't go?
It's a neutral.
How the hell are you going to have heaven on earth and heaven in heaven? How are you going to have both?
Well.
They get no punishment then.
Well, they carry out their punishment on earth.
Yeah. They're living a life of Raleigh.
Right.
How you gonna go up there and then live a better life for
No. Once they're punished and they serve their sentence, there is no more punishment.
They ain't gonna make it.
But they're gonna carry their punishment on earth.
I'm going. They're not making it.
Read the precepts.
No way.
There's Hebrews 12 and...
Yeah, the spirit world is a neutral place. It's not. It's paradise in heaven. When they come down to earth, that's when they serve their punishment.
Paradise for
It's
them.
Hebrews 12 and 16.
What do you read?
Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For you know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance.
No
place.
He
sought it for carefully with tears.
Good. No place. Get out of here.
Yeah. Next precept.
No place for you. Shit.
You had some more.
Yeah, Con, I got some there. So this is Ezekiel chapter 35.
Get Obadiah. I asked for Obadiah. Didn't I?
Con, so this is Ezekiel chapter 35, and 3, it says, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee.
Mount Seir is another name for the Esau. Mount Seir is an area in which Esau dwelled in the ancient world. So whenever it brings up Mount Seir in prophecy, it's referring to Esau Edom's lineage. Esau Edom is a so-called white man. That's the biblical nationality. Right?
O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will make thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. And sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
So blood pursuing you, meaning you're going to get your blood shed. Now you'll be running from getting slaughtered, you're going to get caught. You're going to get as a chase row.
Get over here. It's not going to work.
Got one more.
Bro.
It's Isaiah 14 and 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Read it again.
It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
I'm right there. I understand everything.
Oh, look up what iniquity means. I've looked it up.
Evil.
Yeah.
Evil. That's what it means.
No, you said where you at.
Evil.
What precept you on?
Isaiah 14.
Isaiah 14.
Iniquity.
Read-
Evil.
read again.
Evil doing.
It says, Isaiah 14:21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children
Period.
for the iniquity of their fathers. You have a lot, you have a lot of Edomites that basically say, oh, when you bring up slavery and all that, oh, that wasn't me.
That wasn't me. I know.
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
I had no hand in that, but they
Yeah.
they reap the benefits of that.
Yup.
Right. And everything's reincarnated anyway.
Exactly.
right.
Yep.
You are who your father are.
That's right.
After this third and fourth generation,
Yep.
your spirit comes back through your
That's
family
right.
line.
That's right.
Yeah, these guys that had our people in hard bondage, when they perished and went into the heavens, right? They weren't living in like a righteous kingdom. The spirit was up, dwelling in the heavens, and then was brought back down generations later. So they're here on this earth today, whether or not they realize it or not.
Right. Yeah, because we all started out as spirits. That's why I say
I get that.
the spirit was a neutral place. Before we came into terrestrial or corporeal form, all spirits dwelled in the spirit world. We were all in a spirit, and that's when the Lord, Yahweh Shai, created our spirits and pulled us down into these bodies. All right, but the spirit world is neutral. All right. So Esau going to suffer in the flesh, in slavery, getting his back whipped on our farms.
That's right.
Our feet going to be on his back.
That's right.
They're going to be footstool. They're going to be literal footstool.
That's right.
Kicking the shit out of them. Their women be going to make them. Their women are going to be our concubines.
That's right.
Just like our women with bed wenches to their nose. Their women, the good looking ones anyway, we're going to have spiritual power.
Right.
We're going to be gods on earth.
Right.
So we're going to be able to shape them how we want.
Right.
All right. So if they flat, no ass, no break, we're going to be able to plump them up with thought.
Yeah.
Because you ain't
Yeah.
built right. So you're going to be able to plump you up.
Yeah.
And you're going to look fit. You're not going to be fat, have a fat ass stomach. You know, because you got big ass breasts and your fat ass stomach. Sometimes those two things come with each other in America. Like you got big breasts, but they got fat ass stomachs. And they're going to have nice chesticle and they're going to have flat ass stomach.
Right.
All right? And we're going to be able to form them how we want. Because we're going to have spiritual power.
That's right.
And we're going to be like 15 feet tall. We're going to be
Giants.
gods on earth. We're
Like
going to
we
be
was back in the day.
We're going to be God. We're going to be basically in between
Giants.
a spirit and the highest man that ever lived.
Giants.
We're right in between that.
Giants in those days. It was giants.
All right, renowned, yeah.
It's, Ecclesiastes 12:7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the power who gave it, to the God who gave it.
That's what's up.
That's the,
All
that
right,
part.
last couple of precepts and we're wrapping up.
He said
Okay,
Obadiah.
okay.
If we get something on, because I think when we were out earlier, we should take up spiritual power. You want a spiritual power precept to end on that?
Yeah, we do that. But
I got this Revelation chapter 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
read that again, louder.
Con, it says, Revelation chapter 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Yep.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Yeah, he that leads into captivity. So who led us into captivity?
Noah was. That's
all the tribes. We all went into slavery under the so-called white man.
That's right.
That's our common enemy.
Common enemy.
All right.
What's up?
Who killed with the sword? So-called white man killed
Noah
us
was.
with the sword.
No, it was.
What? That's what's up.
You got over that?
Y'all gonna be here again? Or this is
Yeah,
it?
every Saturday.
Oh, every Saturday?
Every Saturday, 12 o'clock.
Okay.
It's Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord.
Go to the last verses.
Come be with y'all.
Yahweh,
next Saturday.
all right, let me. As the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador set among the
Go
heathen.
right to Esau being burnt.
I just want to let you know that this is concerning Edom. So the whole book of Obadiah. All right.
I'll read it again then.
Yep. So, like I said, just to kind of put it all in perspective. This is Obadiah 1:1. This is the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom.
Edom is a so-called white man.
Right. I got you.
Yep. So I'm gonna jump down now.
Esau's blessing was military, the sword.
Okay.
The most mighty military that ever existed has been the so-called white man's military.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And he conquered so much.
Yeah.
He spread his seed throughout the world. All right, that's how we know. That's one of the links between Esau and the so-called white man. That's how we know who he is.
Right.
Yep.
That was his blessing.
Verse 17, Obadiah 1:17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
Read that again.
And it says, and there shall not be any.
No.
From the top. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And then it tells you Savior's going to come out of Zion. The Saviors are the prophets.
Right.
All right. Meaning we still have a Messiah, but we're also classified as helps. We're teaching Israel, bringing them into the faith through the Lord's word. These are the Lord's words. All right. So He has the power to wake any Israelite up, or to reject any Israelite. It's up to His. Lord said He'll have mercy on whom He will have mercy, and He's going to recompense to the third and fourth generation punishment.
I got that. This is Ezekiel chapter 3 and 10. Moreover, it says, moreover, He said unto me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thine heart, and hear with thine ears, and go get thee to them of the captivity unto the children of thy people.
The Israelites, our ancestors back in the ancient world.
And speak unto them, and tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear.
Yeah, whether they hear you or whether they reject your word, you're still supposed to teach.
Right.
So when evil come upon them, you're like, whoa, my blood is off your hands. I told you what was going to happen.
Right.
You should have been, over the years, cleaning your life up, making sure your mind was right, that you see the signs in the news, like, okay, this happened, well, I know that's going to happen.
Right.
I better get with those brothers and emulate what they're doing. Sit close to them. All right?
I can dig it.
Emulate. All right?
Emulate, that means to do as
Yeah,
them.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What?
God.
That's
It
what's
says, verse 12, then the Spirit took me up, and I heard behind me a voice of great rushing, or it says, of a great rushing, saying, blessed be the glory of the Lord Yahweh from His place. Yeah, that's it.
That's what's up.
One more. Spiritual power.
Spiritual power, God.
Spiritual power. Let's go.
End on spiritual power.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna in order to survive what's coming, before we make it to the kingdom, we're going through a time of Jacob's trouble. Jacob is our father, whose name was turned to Israel. So we see the Bible talks about Jacob's trouble. Give me that precept first. He shall be saved out of it, Daniel, 12th chapter. We're going to have to get a divine intervention. Because what the so-called white man's going to do is implementing that chip. That's going to cause people that know what it is to be outcasts. We're not going to have food, shelter.
Yeah.
We're going to have divine intervention.
Yep.
So the only way we're going to survive is
I'm not getting that
the
chip.
Lord going to have to give us spiritual power,
Yeah.
and he had to send the angels like He did in the ancient world, like He did during the Maccabees.
Yes, I'm
The
not getting
angels actually came down in the appearance of like men.
like men, right?
You know, because they can look like men, or they can look like
Right, 360.
beast or whatever they can form. They can take, and He protected our armies. They
Right.
actually they were basically like superhuman, like X-Men, Marvel characters,
Right.
like in statues like that, like Bishop from X-Men.
This where they get their character.
Bishop.
This where they get their characters
you know the
from,
character
man.
Bishop, right?
Yeah.
From X-Men. Basically, they came down like Bishop.
Yeah.
You know, with beards, obviously.
Yeah.
But and took the fought the enemies for them. Fought the enemies for them. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna have to have. We're gonna have that protection like that from the angels, or the Lord gonna turn our spirit up in us and give us power, or certain one of us power, so we can protect the
Give
other
us
brothers
superpower.
and sisters and our children that believe.
That's right.
You know.
Oh, talking about that?
Where do you think they get all these characters from?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
Marvel movies, man. They're not
the
making
so-called
them up, man.
Jays came up.
Yeah.
But
The mutant gene and all. Come on, man.
Mutant gene. The political aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mutant
being
gene.
outcast. Yeah, the X-Men were basically outcast
Yeah, we the X-Men.
from the regular humans, so
Yeah.
to speak. And that fits all of us.
That's genetics,
starting
man.
with the tribe of Judah, which is the head tribe. And when the head tribe, so-called Black American, wakes up, that's when the rest of the tribes
Everybody waits for what we're
leech
gonna
on
do. Yeah.
to the
Everybody
tribe of
waits for
Judah.
what. Everybody always looks for what we
Well,
do
because
here first.
King David was the so-called Judah, tribe of Judah.
Yeah.
So he was he's basically the principal king in Israel.
Yeah.
So he's going to reign over us too in the kingdom. He's going to be the Lord, the Messiah. Then you're going to have King David. All right, because he's our principal king. All right, he was from the tribe of Judah. All right?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So this Isaiah chapter 54 and 17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper.
No weapon. So their machine
The
guns,
weapons won't work.
their barbed wires,
None of
their
that.
fences, their sound cannons, frequencies
Don't
and all
prosper. I
that,
got it.
programming, advertisement, ain't gonna work. What? It might damage us,
Yeah.
but it ain't gonna.
It's not
It ain't gonna
kill
take it down though.
Nah.
What?
No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper,
Right.
and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn.
Every tongue that rises against you in judgment. So they say, we want those Israelites put to death. If the Lord, He can send an angel, he can raise our spirit up, give us that power right there, and we'll be impossible to defeat.
Yep.
The Lord can make us invincible. He can put a force field around us.
That's right.
All right. Go ahead.
This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord Yahweh, and the righteousness is of me, said the Lord Yahweh.
All right. Yeah, we basically telling you that this kingdom is going to be completely destroyed, be burnt up by nuclear fire from the different countries, and they can't arrest us. Nope. They can't do nothing. They can't do nothing to arrest us.
Can't do nothing.
They can harass us, they can hurt us a little bit, but they can't stop us from preaching.
Can't stop the
And
prophet.
when they actually can, that's how you know the Lord's about to come. When they can actually arrest all of us reading the scriptures and say, oh, y'all can only read Catholic doctrine,
Yeah.
Bishop, Baptist, Methodist doctrine. That's when the Lord's right there. He's going to come and deliver us.
So man, J-Roo
It's
said
impossible
back in
for
the
for
There was
the
an amateur.
it's the
Can't stop
words
the
of the
prophet.
Lord.
Remember that song?
Well,
It's
yeah.
the words of the Lord.
Can't stop the
Lord.
prophet.
Real quick.
That's what
It's
J-Roo
Isaiah
did.
40:17 says,
Stop
but
the
they that
prophet.
wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.
Yep, read it again. Spiritual power. Go ahead.
But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength.
Right.
They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.
We're tired of nothing. Fight all day.
Yep.
At 100%.
I just be leaving like Philippians, you know what I mean? Like
You believe who?
Philippians.
Oh, you mean the book of Philippians?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Precept here.
God, I got some.
Go ahead.
So this Isaiah chapter 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him.
Yep, that's a martial law. All right, Marshall, read it again. Enemies should come in like a flood of water.
Yeah.
Cut the cities off, the roads, major highways, for sake of national security or whatever, some terrorist attack. There's going to be some excuse.
Yeah.
All right, that they're going to, and it goes into detail in other books. We're wrapping it up now. We'll go read it again.
So this Isaiah chapter 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun.
Yep.
When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him.
Yeah, and that standard, okay, spiritual power.
Spiritual
All right?
power.
Spiritual power.
Soul
He gonna
power.
send his angels. He gonna raise certain of us up to have spiritual power. Otherwise, there's no flesh can be saved. We can't fight the so-called white man. We can't fight the government. All right, it's impossible.
Yeah.
I remember I was
they
at
get-
the Sunday breakfast machine and they handed the flowers like Christ
Here we
was coming
go.
back. I believe in that though, but
I gotta go,
I ain't
man.
never seen him though. You know
Let's
what I mean?
talk-
Like,
Yeah.
but it's all good though. You know what I mean?
12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. All right, peace. All right, that was it, right? That was it. All right, so hope y'all edified. Till next week. Shalom. Shalom.